welcome to Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, coming at you from beautiful Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, the very same D&D podcast that was used to torture John McCain in Vietnam. Rest in peace, you old bastard.
For the record, we all vetoed it, and it still happened.
It's not Dungeon President. It's Dungeon Prime Minister.
I saw the Onion post. Was that you that posted it?
No, it was me.
It was you? Oh god.
For
a dungeon democracy?
Well, after that wonderful note, thanks for that, Ben.
No problem.
I just want to really say thank you so much to everyone who responded to my little Facebook poll the other day. It's really awesome when you've got great friends that help you promote your shit. So thank you all for subscribing so much. Up 8 subscribers in like 2 days was really, really cool. We're at 63 now, guys. It's amazing. All right. Anyway, thank you so much.
Only 6 subscribers away from the sex number.
A very special episode of D&D.
Oh yeah!
I can't wait to see who dies next week. Because it's just such an easy way to come up with something. Okay, so where we left off last week, our heroes had a feast held in their honor in the city of Waterdeep, thrown by Count Keyloon. Excuse me. But the feast was interrupted when the entertainment, the bards, began to cast spells and rob basically everyone they could at the party. A street chase followed where they were able to catch up to them, but the bards were able to mostly escape with their lives.
Allowed to
Catch
escape?
and restrain one.
Crime pays.
I single-handedly managed to capture and then restrain them.
Single-handedly,
There was
yes.
some helping.
Yes, I guess the one of them was captured though by two of the guards.
What happened to our frog?
He changed back after a while. After they were safely away, he, at cool, his polymorph ended finally, and he turned back into his old jolly self.
But that would take an hour, right? So if we're picking up with
I think
They probably dispel it.
They escaped, and we were like, okay, boom.
He mentioned like once they got far enough away, they were like,
Just want to double check.
So if I remember correctly, we had just rolled up.
Yeah.
You're you. You were in some alley somewhere. There's a wall of flame, and we didn't see you. Thank you.
But I would say, at this point, the wall of flame has
Yeah, it's
dispersed. It's
Are you still a
dispelled.
snake?
I'm still a snake.
There's a large snake in the streets of Waterdeep.
Can you define
I
life
can
for me
speak
for
to it.
just a second?
It's like
The owl
this run.
flying off into the distance again, I suppose. But I'd say it's been at least a few minutes since the fight ended from where we're picking off, because they made their way, off in the distance.
Am I
So
still
don't worry,
charmed?
it's just Zimri.
Charmed? Like,
No.
I gave all my money
The
willingly.
suggestion thing. No, that would have finished now.
Yeah. We can even just assume, every round you're making a save against it and pass. Yeah.
So, you know the snake then? We're friends.
Yes, a Zimri.
Um,
Changes into purpose.
Considerably taller than you were before.
It's like 60 feet.
It's a useful trick. It's a useful trick.
Terrifying.
So,
Particular Betty.
what happened back at the party?
I'm very, very slow.
We called the guy.
Okay. Will be interesting. I just want to check something with you. So I'm going to whistle really loudly and call the hawk to me.
Okay. He returns then, yeah.
And I will cast
Trained.
speak with animals and say, hey Braxis, do me a favor and see if you can follow those guys, see where they head up.
Okay. At this point, I would say, give me a perception roll for the hawk, I suppose.
Okay. There's advantage on perception checks based on sight. Give me just a second. Let's look written down the hawk stats.
a short way. They're making their way kind of south toward the docks, but they quickly duck into a bar, and from there he loses sight of them.
Alright. So, when we rolled up, it kind of looked like you were having a little parlay session with that strange looking guy, and then he left.
Yes. They seem to want a bit of justice or something for the city, and I'm not entirely not on their side. They're kind of like pissed at the situation with like the lords and the nobles and stuff taking all poor people's money, and they're trying to rob and give it back to them. So I thought maybe we should have a talk with the guy instead of killing him outright.
Hard to talk with the guy who isn't here.
I know.
Plan for that?
I told him where he could find us.
Sorry, you told the owl guy and the...
Just the owl guy, yeah. I think the bard's working with him. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about, like why, but he seemed kind of anti-Yuling, which I'm sort of for.
Support, but he also seemed to target the people at the festival indiscriminately. You can't steal from the poor to give
There
to
were
the
only
poor.
rich people there.
That's not true. Remember, I specifically asked, are there commoners here?
Could I have a recollection check to see if commoners were handing over money as well, or whether they were just...
Yeah, they're robbing everyone pretty
Yeah.
indiscriminately.
That's a fucking dick move.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
We'll have
okay.
to,
I'm gonna be out of
talk, guys.
snake shape. And I'm gonna stop healing myself because I have very little healing points.
I can help you with that. I look over, you look terrible.
I would say terrible.
On a scale of 43, I look like a 6.
Okay, so
That is pretty terrible.
I will cast Cure Wounds on the... What do you think? I'll cast Cure Wounds at the
I'm gonna do that.
3rd level.
I'm gonna do that on
Okay.
myself as well at second level.
Do you want to roll it or do you want me to?
No, you roll it.
This leading number in the book.
Oh, by the way,
19th.
when I'm in my
Teens.
snake
It sounds like a
form,
lot,
I'm
but
15
it's
feet
obviously
by
only in
15
the
feet.
teens there.
That's very big for a snake.
Huge size. It's a giant constrictor snake.
Jesus. You're never allowed to touch my dice again.
Don't forget,
Get
You
12.
12.
Total. I rolled 3d8 and I got 7.
Oh, it's 37 now.
7.
Well, on the plus side, I did get get Braxis to follow him, so hopefully we might be able to do a bit of recon and see what the deal is.
Okay, where it goes.
Let's see. I would say at this point you can see, a small troop of guards and griffin knights moving up to your position with
Healing there?
yes, with Count Yuling in tow. I guess I should speak louder. With Count Yuling in tow. He doesn't look too distressed after being robbed or anything. And in fact, you can see there's almost the beginnings of a little smirk on his face as he's approaching you guys. So how did it go? Did you catch the bards?
Caught one of them in the square.
Ah, yes,
These ones
yes.
got away with it.
He's in holding already.
You don't seem to be perturbed about this holding you.
Why worry about little things like money and things like that? There's so much more at stake. But I'm happy to hear that they got away, I suppose.
What do you know about the owl?
Happy to hear that they got away.
Yes, look, this amulet, costume jewelry, the coins in my pocket, wooden fakes.
Didn't he give us money? Somebody who got that money. Somebody check that money he gave us.
You would.
I will. I'm not very old. Check the money.
You see,
Is the money real?
it's the men they're working for that I'm after, not the bards themselves. I think that this may prove to be a rather fruitful night, actually, for all
Like
of
a
us.
flying guy?
Yes, the owl, he calls himself. He styles himself some sort of vigilante. Just a common robber, if you ask me, though. Good a number of my close friends have had encounters with him, but I think he's been after me in particular.
How long has he been bothering everybody?
Well, it's hard to say. He's definitely had a costume change, at least in the last few months. There was an owl perhaps a year ago around town, but from what I understand, he died. I guess some new person has taken up the name. Rather silly name, if you ask me. He wants to be known as an owl. But either way, we'll speak in the morning. I think that we've all had a rather busy enough night as it is.
Can I do an insight check on you then?
To discern what?
To discern if he thinks that the owl is actually a threat or if he's just amusement.
Well, I mean, not an easy guy to read. He doesn't seem too bothered by anything, really, though. I mean, the way he speaks about everything's very casually. It sounds like the night has gone basically how he expected. And, so,
Did you get a good night's sleep? Keyloon?
I think maybe we ought to group up.
Yeah.
Private.
No, but like in private. But also, what time is it now? It's
getting later, I guess maybe the equivalent of 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, somewhere in that range. He does offer, at the least I can do is offer up some room and board at the Knob Noble. No, wait, that's a place in Greenrest, wasn't it? I used that name already. The Piper's Son.
That's okay. We're
One of-
staying at the.
Staying at the Wizard's College.
You got rooms at college, yeah.
Not much of a taste for luxury then. I'm saying it's free.
That's okay. I think actually we want to go back to our castle.
I have a bit of matters to discuss anyway with one of the mages, so I prefer to go back to college. It's all the same.
You can give us a ride?
Of course. Griffin, he sends a couple of the guards off to go fetch a carriage. It takes, I don't know, a short while. It doesn't take too long, I guess, but maybe after another 10 minutes or so of twiddling thumbs and standing around, a carriage is procured, clattering up the cobblestone streets. So here you go. This should take you. The driver is yours for the night. Go where you wish, have a drink, celebrate a bit. You all did quite well tonight, I'd say.
Drink sounds really good.
Bull is feeling unwell from the side effects of polygraph thing.
Oh yeah.
He's stumbling back to the wizard's role-playing.
Feel all sudden craving for like flies.
Why is my tongue so short?
There's no fly in my soup.
I'm so dry right now.
Okay, so we're gonna meet up at the Wizard's College.
Is there like cafeteria area open?
We
We
call
can get a drink.
Yeah, I'd say you can raid the kitchens basically. There's maybe not much prepared, but there's fruits, vegetables,
Ale.
leftovers, some ale, definitely some kegs of ale back there.
Okay.
Wizards party up.
That's good.
But yes, he says I'll send a message to you guys in the morning then, if that's all right. You have yourselves a lovely evening. I think I'm gonna go back to my own manse.
Okay.
See you in the morning, can't you? Or whenever.
So when we get to the college, I think before you go off and speak to the mage, we should also get on the same page and like make a plan of action.
Oh yeah.
So I would like to hear from our newest member. What do you think should be our next step?
We know what I'm saying.
No. With this whole, now we have
Oh, the owl dude.
the owl dude freaking attacking random people.
I think it's just as likely as not that the owl dude is going to deal. I think that mean the people in general. All of
Yeah.
the people who were robbed. We didn't stop the robbery. We didn't get the robbery back. We didn't apprehend anybody. There's the one guy, but Keyloon has him.
Yeah.
So
We
we're
stopped it
likely
from
to
being
never
worse,
see him
though.
again. I'm just
Could
saying,
have cleaned the whole place out.
Did Abraxas come back yet? Or
Well,
is he
sure.
still out
He
and
comes
about?
back. Yeah,
It's-
I would say he searched for a while.
I think
Okay.
that our failure to thwart it is enough to damage whatever reputation that we hope to get. Yeah,
Stopped
I mean,
it from happening. It did happen a little bit, but not
yeah, sure,
nearly
but
as
all
much
of the
as it
people
did.
who lost their money. I mean, I don't care about money, but a lot of these people, that's probably all money that they had.
So do you think that maybe Yuling specifically hired these bards to sort of rob the people because, I mean, he showed us his fake jewelry and
Yes.
wooden money, so he's out of money. So
Yes.
It creates distraction.
he literally did this
Yeah,
so that he could
so-
get money.
He
I
got
hadn't
money.
even considered that.
He got money. We are not the heroes of Waterdeep because we couldn't thwart about the abandoned bards. And it created enough distraction that whatever items that would have been about us fell into society.
I hadn't even considered that, but I did have Abraxas follow them to an area, a little tavern. We can go check that out if you want.
I
Honestly,
think we need to stop talking about that.
I think
We
that
need
we
to
should
go to
stop talking
Keyloon's
about
mirror and go find the Oath Duty, the
Yeah.
paladin, come get the sunstone and carry on
Or
with our
the
adventure
Sunkissed.
like we're supposed to be doing.
The only name I can remember in the
We're
story.
not worrying about some
Yeah.
guy
Yeah, I think-
stealing from people.
Listen, I didn't know about this
Last
whole
on the list.
Naga, white Naga thing until you guys showed up, but that seems like
Yeah.
a much higher priority than.
Yeah.
Our
Some little
people-
bunch of guys robbing people.
I
Who
agree.
cares?
I
Well,
think I would be happy to leave tonight. That's what I think.
Well, okay, we do need to
I
get
think
some
we have to wait
rest.
till the morning to get into
We
it.
do have to
I
get
think
some
we can
rest.
through. We could
I mean,
teleport in, but if we want to go immediately.
how long is it going to take to travel?
That's right there.
It's
far
it's
is
within
it?
the city.
In the city.
So
Oh.
yeah, maybe just an hour or so into the docks, and then
Oh, okay. I
It's
thought
like
it was a
fine.
little
The
further.
Vatican inside Rome.
yeah, I would say even from the top of the wizard star, you can probably see the high walls of the Keyloon city in the distance
Cool.
toward the water.
Oh, okay, fine. First thing in the morning, that's fine, but I don't think that we should care about water.
Is there, I mean, any particular reason why you're feeling so?
I don't talk to War a lot. Right? He's and I am but one person. But I spoke to him.
First time, huh?
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I was high off my ass the first time it happened, but anyway, go on.
Well, he said water didn't fall. And he said it didn't. Or maybe that matters to some, not the grand scheme of things. And then I had, you know, they call it a nightmare. Saw him and a couple of the gods, and they were facing off against this woman, and I'm not sure that they were real.
Yeah, we've been having nightmares for a while. Since
Yeah.
since we sort of took up this
Well, I'm not a stranger to nightmare, but I never had one like this.
the ones that are happening now are
So I think if Laura says that water deep falls, and there's no use wasting our time here when there's something so much
Artifacts to
bigger.
get. Artifacts to get to kill the white knight.
And if Keyloon gets us to whatever the next thing is, or if it's the artifacts, or if it's whatever it is, I don't know.
Well, Yuling said if we clear the plague or whatever and fix whatever's wrong there,
He has a lead.
he's going to lead.
Tell you where to find
Do you trust the word that comes out of that man's mouth?
no, but still,
Not
since we're
necessarily.
going into the Baltic,
We're going to be trying to do it anyway.
we can do that while we do other things.
Sure, and he'll throw us another festival. Things will go exactly as he plans. and-
I think that we can just avoid festivals. for now.
Hey, you were the one who convinced me. Speaking of, you convinced me on the pretense that there would be information we had.
I thought that they would.
Did you get any?
Didn't have a chance.
You?
Because while you guys were all glossy-eyed giving over your shit,
Who cares about money?
I was trying to stop it from happening.
But information. Did you get any feather? Okay.
No, I didn't get any information.
So we're poor by
yeah,
two
maybe
times
mistakes.
over. such that they change their focus easily. If he says that if there's something bigger, I have to think it's connected to this point.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Wow, this is way more intelligent than my conversation with my characters. Stop.
Okay, cool. So,
I will see all you guys in the morning and see if I can find Ellie. I know it's quite late. She might be asleep already.
okay, I'm gonna go sleep.
I'm going to ritually prepare divination.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to find Ellie?
Elvira?
No, Ellie, the gnomish woman who is the head of the school of
Oh yeah,
divination and what is the other transmutation maybe?
Yeah.
We'll find out
gardening.
information.
In the gardening
When
class.
we were at the thing,
Classes, yeah.
the festival, did a fool get any information?
The gardening classes actually interest me a lot.
Yeah, you can find her. She's.
I don't, well, she promised me, because I thought the festival was a wash, but she said information is a way to go. And I'm trying to, because I don't remember, like, expository wise, I think, like, Akul got a little bit more than we did, but I don't think it was anything that would help the information.
Yeah, you're able to find Ellie Deargle. She's in the room, packing up. Elvira is with her as
You saw
well.
the lady,
Several
right?
bags packed.
Lady on the dice? Dates?
Oh.
How
Hey,
was it?
Elvira, you guys going somewhere?
We're going to take a trip down south to the lovely city of Baldur's Gate.
Oh shit, looking for survivors?
Survivors, try to get them back here as quick as we can. Save as many people as possible. And just take a survey of the lands to the south. We've been in the dark for far too long, I think.
Can I see if, I trust what she's saying right now?
I mean, I guess you could roll insight, yeah.
No. That is,
She seems to be
13.
truthful.
Okay. Okay. Oh, God, I wish we could help you out with that. It's just so much to do here, though. I was actually hoping if I could get a word with Allie just before, hopefully before you guys leave.
Well, sure, I need to pack up a few things in my room anyway, I suppose. So Elvira saunters back off to her room.
Oh,
The gnomish woman just kind of looks you over, wondering what is this about.
we didn't really meet properly before. I mean, we just brief introduction, but I'm Jesse. And I understand you're sort of the head of the divination school here.
I am.
With all the crazy shit that's been happening in the world lately, I think it's about time I try at least to find some answers for a question that I've had for a very, very long time now.
Well, what's the question?
It's to do with the set of dreams that I've been having for many, many, many years, and it's always the same style of dream. It started, I don't know, God, maybe 8 or 10 years ago, but it started with me being visited by a tiefling in my dreams. And every night it was sort of the same thing, and these dreams, at least one of my dreams every evening involves this man. And it sort of became a thing where, I don't know, over the years it's been like we're in a relationship, but I don't understand. I've never seen this person before in my life. I don't know if they're real, and there is a bit of a history of prophetic dreaming in my clan, and the only reason why I ended up meeting Zembri in the first place was because in the dreams when the tiefling said go south. So I headed out down to small town, ended up meeting my friend Zembri. So I don't know if this man is real or if it's something else.
Well, dreaming of the same person for several years is a bit unusual, I would say. Especially if there wasn't any previous traumatic incident involving a tiefling. No. Well, tieflings have infernal blood in their veins, that much is known.
Yes.
Some people claim to have guardian angels. Perhaps you devil of some sort.
It's
Has your family made any deals with devils in the past?
no, but Keyloon was often worshipped by the more good-aligned tieflings. They say that to her she would appear as a pale-skinned tiefling. There's many good-aligned tieflings actually worship her. So I don't know if this was some kind of relationship thing there.
Well, I can't truly say. Discerning dreams is not exactly my forte. Discerning the future, past, are things I'm more capable of. But I would say Keyloon is not really much of an entity at this point.
No.
And perhaps a good aligned tiefling could be giving you advice, perhaps a high priest of Keyloon or someone that was blessed by her directly would work through you. That is possible.
It's possible.
But divination is a tricky thing, and I'm sorry to say I don't think I'll be able to give you any exact answers like you're looking for, young wolf guy.
Okay. Would there be any way to tell if there's sort of the residual effects of like a dreaming spell on me?
I think I can work that out. She sits. And sits cross-legged on the floor in front of you. Give me your hands. And you can feel a sort of soft, magical energy flowing through you briefly. And she says, looks like you've suffered under many different spells over the last few weeks that have ravaged you, attacked your mind, but no dreaming spells. Nothing of the kind that you ask about. Just so I think that these dreams perhaps are coming straight from the tiefling directly, not through a mage or through traditional magical means. Perhaps it's prophecy.
Okay.
I would say, as far as prophecies are concerned, that's not really one of the traditional schools of magic. That's something that perhaps a shaman or a witch could discern for you better than I.
The only one I know of is in the town way back the other way we were at town with another couple. We met a little elderly spirit benevolent woman. She might know something unless there's somebody closer by.
Well, as far as shamans go, say there's some. It's said that there are some shamans in the driftwood. Obviously, I think, but beyond that, I would say north toward the mountains is where you could perhaps find some shamans of the. What are those real big motherfuckers to play the race? Yes, the Goliaths have a tradition of shamanism that I personally find fascinating.
Okay.
Seeking out one of their tribes would have someone that could discern your dreams a little more accurately than me, with a little more certainty at least. I don't know about accuracy, but certainty is something that they have.
Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, everything you said kind of gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, divination tends to have an effect on people. Though don't ask me to tell you the lotto numbers. That's not something I do. Not for sure anyway.
Fair enough. Thank you, and have a good night. I think I'm gonna go feed my hawk and go to bed.
Feed your what?
Oh,
It's not a euphemism. He has a pet hawk.
I wasn't there. I was going to say something, but
I did not hear hawk.
You have a good night. I think this is going to be the last peaceful night I'm going to have for a while. Back on the road with me and Ellie.
No, sounds like it could be a good time. Keep safe.
And, scene ends. Exit stage right. chased off by bears.
So before we go to bed, I'm going to do ritual definition.
Alright.
So I dig out my little bowl and the water and the holy water and I put a sacrifice in a sand mix something. I'm slightly better at it today, but not really confident. I sit here, focus on my amulet, or I'm going to ask, when we go into the Keyloon city, will we find Overrun?
Let's see. Ask a single question concerning blah blah blah. The opportunity offers a truthful reply. I'm not going to do a cryptic rhyme because I'm not much of a poet.
That makes me really sad.
I know.
Add to your repertoire.
In the Keyloon city, walls tall, Orville Sunkissed is still there.
Well, it is
Yet
cryptic.
to fall.
It's cryptic, and how's that a rhyme?
In Elvish it rhymes? So basically the answer is yes, Orville the Sunkissed still is within the Keyloon city. He is still alive and healthy.
Cool. Cool, I go to bed.
Just wondering, are there like well, I guess we'd be able to find this in the morning or whatever anyway, but just if there's like scrolls of like cure disease or some shit like that, we find. There's a cure poison disease. Is that the spell? Does just restoration do that?
It wasn't.
Place to purchase these things is closed and locked up for the night.
Yeah,
So
just
they
wondering
would
about
keep
the morning, I guess. Okay, cool.
Oh, before I go to sleep, I read my book for 2 hours.
Okay.
So that's 46 hours to go.
Okay. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of reading.
The
46. You wrote 42.
I was
Thinking about two.
thinking about 2.
I do that a lot. Nice. So, anybody else got late night activities they want to do that requires? Okay. So, moving on then. In the morning, there is sort of an odd sight, I guess. A second sun seems to shine much closer above the walls of Baldur's Gate, just outside over the farmlands. It seems that the wizards have finally got the sunstone perched high above on a small stone tower, I guess. They
Where did you
threw
get that
up.
one?
We got the temple of some thunder to give up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you told me, but I thought we had to go get the cleric before they were going to do that.
No.
Oh.
No, they convinced them.
We proved
Ah, cool.
that there was a
Yeah, we did.
legitimate threat.
Yeah, so,
Moral obligation.
yeah, so you do see that there are a lot more wizards now in the mess hall in the morning. And the snow is melting all around, basically. The whole city is just kind of, maybe not toasty, but you can see the snow's melting off the roofs. There's just a ton of runoff water going throughout down the streets, flowing back into the ocean. And, as he said he would do, I suppose, another carriage arrives from Count Yuling, asking you to...
He did not say that. He said he was going to send a message.
Oh, okay, that's true, so that's the message, I guess.
It's in the carriage.
Yeah. The carriage driver, finish your breakfast if you like, but Count Yuling wishes to speak to you again.
I really want to speak to you.
So doesn't bother yourself when you do.
We need to go to the Keyloon city. That is
I'm
what we
going
need
to
to do.
speak to Oathbreaker and Kisser or something.
Can any of you write a nice fancy letter?
I can't. Chicken stripes at best.
Let's write. I guess I'll just write him a little note. Many apologies, Count Keyloon. We're trying to go solve the problem, and Keyloon will So what do we need? What do we have?
What do you mean?
I mean, we're heading into plague zone, right?
Yeah.
You're fine.
Well, when I woke up this morning, I went through everything I have, and I've got a lot of like heal poison, cure,
Okay.
purify food and water, revivify. Like,
Yeah.
as much as it pains me as a war cleric, like I'm stopped at 1 unit today.
How are you? Like, do you need diamonds for the fire?
Okay.
What does Revivify do?
Revivify 1 each.
They're shock balance if you die, basically.
So, Mail Ball 2 has them all over the place.
Shock balance.
Buttons?
Or cold, actually.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillators, that's the word.
They have them all over the place.
No,
In case somebody passes out.
yes, I do need diamonds. Does anyone have diamonds? If not, I will.
Oh, we have floodlights. We have
Check in the
15,000 worth up in the castle.
Oh,
Of
sweet.
gems and
Can we
stuff.
bring,
Just
like-
I'd say we could split that between gems and diamonds,
Can we
like
just bring,
5,000
like-
worth of diamonds.
Okay.
600 worth of diamonds.
Yeah, sure. Just take it out of the diamond bag.
So I can guess that price.
How's the castle for
Yeah.
for stock of things for an alchemy lab?
Well, I think you guys
Potions,
just re-upped that recently.
Our giant strength potion should be done.
Yes.
Is it possible for me to make maybe 2 of those things that we said? I can't remember what the hell they are, but that like makes you, helps you charisma for a bit. What was it?
Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I guess so.
Okay, I just want to make 2 of those.
How
Just
many,
put in the queue.
Maybe an hour or so, I guess.
Okay, I don't need them today, but
how many of those potions do we make? We've got 7 turnouts. 2 days. Damn.
Yeah. So you wanted to just make those?
Yeah, oven to
So
Sure.
I guess it's a toenail each, right?
Yeah.
So that's 7 potions of giant strength,
Noise.
and then you're trying to make 2 of those. So I'd say your stock is basically out again for alchemical
okay.
regents.
There's frost jump.
Regents.
How
Doesn't matter.
long would you say that those charisma potions last?
Like an hour?
That's good enough. All I need to make
Looking
these
around at my
potions.
friends, do I notice? There's also which would use strength for their attacks.
I mean, yeah, you could just ask them who wants a giant's potion, strength potion.
Not here.
Yeah, up there. Giant strength.
Oh, this is, we can't.
Frost
use
giant
long
strength.
range, right?
Yeah.
Out of game quickly gives you 23 strength for 1 hour.
I'm not entirely certain what. I mean, the Warhammer does bludgeoning.
That would be your
It's just strength
extra
modifier.
strength.
So this will make you like an extra plus. What's
Yeah,
your strength
my
now?
strength's 20. My strength is 50.
This will add plus 3
I still have
to
that
attack and damage.
ointment that
Take
you
one
have
of those
to
pushes.
How long does
Okay.
the potion last?
Okay.
So just
Guys.
for battle basically, you take one
Oh,
of
yeah?
those.
I have 3
Is there a way to
potions
temporarily
of
do
cure
that on
disease.
D&D?
3 potions of cure disease on you. Oh, cool, that's awesome.
Uh,
I have,
Don't think so really.
I
Is
have,
that
Just
ointment?
add it mentally in your head.
Okay. I've always had on me.
okay, so
So you're
I've
giving me
prepared,
one of those?
detect
One of those.
poison and disease, and I've also
So just put their frost giant
Desert
strength.
restoration.
Yeah.
So we just double check the
You want the
modifier.
spells? Potion.
I have 1 healing potion.
I have 5 healing
didn't have
potions,
any.
1 greater.
Should we take money with us?
I've got all the
I
money
have
left.
some money.
Potion of
All the
both
money
frost
in
giant
gold
strength
in the
and.
potion quilt.
Okay.
All the gold, not the gems.
Okay.
I don't think we should be working on
Says
all the
your
gold.
strength goes to 23 for 1
Oh
hour.
yeah.
Yeah, leave some in the castle.
What I would like
Really,
to
you
do.
don't have to be concerned about disease at all, because I can also use my own hands to cure disease.
Well,
Okay,
you know,
23.
We're supposed to be healing the fucking people with plague, so.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
What I'd like to do, if you see them, just would you mind taking note of where they go?
Big order for what is essentially just a regular bird.
Yeah, it's just like I don't want him to come into the, I don't want him to come to the plague area. So it's just like if he manages to see them and remember.
Like a, I guess, yeah. He'll nod like he understands, but probably won't be super fruitful. Don't think hawks have very high intelligence.
I don't know, actually, it might be the same as mine.
I was gonna say.
And the giant eagle is the highest, which is 6.
Yeah, so that's not very
Okay.
smart, really. Hawk, tiny beast, has an intelligence of 2.
Okay.
So he's pretty dumb. I don't think he'll
He's looking at you going, worms.
be able to do complicated things really like that.
That's alright. I don't want him coming to the city with us. So it's just like, all right, do your shit.
Stay away, yeah, fly free today.
And see if you do see him, try to remember 3 down.
Okay. So, either way, so you guys are going to go straight to the Keyloon walled city then.
Hand out
That's what I look for.
bosses to everybody.
Okay.
Shane.
Does it actually say a name on it?
Paper. Yeah, it does.
You guys are
Spell my
cleared
name.
Hold on,
to
you gotta-
enter.
Why does this one say Aki?
So, you're able to make your way through the city streets, you know. It's a much warmer day than yesterday, there being 2 suns in the sky.
The birds feeding.
Nah, they still moved on for the winter. Which we actually talked about in the migratory birds.
We did actually.
People seem a little bit of a better mood, I guess, you know. People are happy that the harshness of the winter has been abated. And, finally you make your way through the docks.
Can I, while we're walking, just try and see if I notice anybody following?
I guess that'd be a perception check.
4.
924. Maybe not anyone following you, but whenever you pass a griffin knight, you do notice they jot a little something down as you pass. And beyond that, a snow white owl has been hopping along the rooftops behind you guys, following from turn to turn. Not normal.
Taking me to that.
It must be so
Yeah,
weird.
turn,
seeing
turn,
them all
you know,
hopping
down streets.
around.
So we thought it was jokes, right?
Is it like an owl frog?
Oh, so
They do.
An owl hopping from a rooftop.
After that to the next group.
Are you sure you aren't just like hiding kids'
That,
bodies?
pop, pop, pop.
Sounds like very efficient use of energy.
Actually,
Get bumped
Have you
down.
ever seen how long
Guys.
an owl's legs actually are?
I know.
Super long, it's
On
terrible.
our way to the docks.
Yeah, so down through the docklands, you make your way to what was once a prison and what is now known as the Keyloon walled city. Walls 62 feet high, but incredibly high walls, you know, casting a shadow wherever the light is shining. And the heavily guarded gates are where you find the entrance.
And this is where
Very
the
nice.
Chinatown is? This
Yes.
is the concentration camp.
Basically. Well, a ghetto.
So it was a prison, and then it wasn't a prison because of the illness, or it wasn't a prison?
Now, this was a long
This
time
was
ago.
hundreds of years ago, now it's where? Now it's Chinatown.
Basically, yeah. Fantasy Chinatown. But, the guards kind of, it's up to you guys, like, hey, sorry guys, no one goes in or out of the Keyloon city.
And just shout.
Not here
You
by the
just
play.
sacred man?
Oh, you got permission from Count Yulin himself, huh?
Yes,
Well-
and my name is Aki.
Okay, Aki, no problem. Probably won't ever see you guys again if you're going in.
Have you not heard of us? You're Garuda.
Heard about you. You're all the ones that fought those giants at the docks.
Decimated the giants.
Ah, well, did us a great favor that day. So I even saw that castle flying through the sky. Damnedest thing I ever saw. Flying castle. Well, either way, let's try. We'll clear a path for you to enter. We don't want anyone escaping. Hey guys, clear the area. Clear the front gate. And you see several of the guards marching up, kind of on a wooden platform to arrow slits above the gate, and they begin in the twang of crossbow bolts.
Yeah, there's zombies in there, like messing around, like right now.
Oh yeah, zombies, people trying to get out, things like that. Either way, we gotta clear the path for you if we're gonna open up the gates. So they begin, firing down inside through the walls, I guess, all the people that they can hit. This'll take a few minutes. Once the virus gets to their brains, they really don't understand the logic or anything. They'll just keep scratching at the walls until we get them. So just give us a few minutes.
Is that really necessary to know the way?
Well, I suppose we could do like bow and arrows, but a lot of the guys, they prefer crossbows. They're just easier to aim.
Maybe it was my accent. Never mind.
We tried with spears, but they're not long enough,
Okay. Jasper's starting confused. It's alright.
Oh God! I just want it out! And after...
Do we hear that?
Yes, yeah. After a few minutes, they said, okay, it looks like it's cleared enough now. We're just going to open it just a crack, okay? You guys get on in, and after that, I'm sorry to say, there's not really procedure for letting people out.
Before we go in, can you tell us anything about what we're going to see?
Oh, it's a goddamn bloody mess in there is what you're going to see.
Just shot everybody.
Well, yeah, beyond that, trust me, it gets worse. Well, the disease, it spreads kind of up through the veins, it looks like. So if you see someone with blackened veins up on their neck, I'd avoid them. Eventually, hits the brain and their whole body just, fills with this pus, this ichor, I don't know. Pops their eyes out, starts coming out of their mouths and noses and ears, and they just become bloody, violent ghouls as far as I can tell. That's very clear now. Beyond that, some of the people are trying to get by. I think there's still maybe a market going on in there. I don't know. We don't really get a lot of news from inside there. Everyone that goes in hasn't come out. So, wish I could be more
Shoot them
helpful.
every time they try.
Well, obviously, yeah, we're not going to open up the gates and let someone infected out. That'd be
Do you
foolish.
let non-infected people out?
Not really a good way to tell who's infected and who's not infected.
Well,
We can
maybe
check
you
the veins, but
What language do you speak? What language do you speak again?
Common druidic giant common.
Okay, so I'll just mutter to you, John. Don't worry, I'm gonna magic roll.
Well, I'm not worried about us. I'm just thinking about the people who aren't actually sick inside. Why don't you make a quarantine area?
within the quarantine area,
Yeah.
we lost a lot of guards trying to do just that. And
Okay.
resources are better spent protecting the docks, I think.
Okay, fine.
So lock it up and let the whole charnel house work itself out till there's no one left. Then we can send in the corpse patrol.
That sounds...
Corpse
lovely.
patrol?
Burn bodies, things like that.
Bring out your dead.
I think they got some official sounding title, sanitation technicians or something
It's
like
not
that.
run by a weird old man who calls himself Keyloon.
No, run by a weird old man calls himself Yuling.
Okay, just double check.
But, we'll be over here if... I'm not sure if we can let you out, after you get in.
That's okay. We're not
But-
too worried about that.
Maybe if things clear up, after a while, if we stop getting people trying to scratch their way out of the doors or something, I don't know. Beyond that, there is a criminal element that we understand is still active in the Keyloon city. 2 Mooring Street gangs.
Do they have names?
Well, it used to be called the Enlightened Sons, was one of them. Kind of a kooky group, I don't really know a whole lot about them. And then there's a new group, though, it's risen up, called the Walkers in Darkness or something, is however, the Void Walkers, something like that. Nagas? I don't know nothing about Nagas, really. Those are the, like, dragons, right?
Close, but very different.
Well, either way, once you're in there, you're on your own.
Cool. What is the void naga called?
Void.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess,
Let's go.
have yourselves a lovely day in there. Hope you don't die too quickly.
They're not going to be able to avoid us.
And if you end up catching the plague, just slit your throat. Have your friends slit your throat for you before you tear them to shreds. I've seen that happen plenty of times through these arrow slits. Right. Have a nice day. Open the gates. Just a little.
No, too far. Back down.
So you hear wheels turning, ropes pulling, and the heavy gates of Keyloon walled city swing open just enough for someone to squeeze through.
Okay.
Some of us have an easier time than others.
Hey, cool. Did you hear how the guard called it a crack? That's great.
The gate shuts behind you guys. Loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. Now,
Carl's not going to be able to avoid us.
and whenever, right through the gates, the whole
What's that 9 intelligence?
whole atmosphere of the city changes. Where Waterdeep was, a city of cobblestone, marble, and civilized. Inside here is piles of corpses piled along, the side of the road. Newly fresh dead with crossbow bolts sticking all out of them like pin cushions laying on the ground, bleeding out. Many bleeding out with a thick black ichor instead of blood.
How are they dressed?
A lot of people in rags, but also a lot of them sort of in rather strange to people from the Sword Coast dress. But you kind of recognize a lot of influences from the east.
A cool takes a moment to perform a ritual to us.
Right, how long will this take?
What are you casting for?
Oh, it's just a
Funeral.
not a spell.
Oh.
Funeral
Yeah.
rites.
You guys go ahead, I'll finish up.
Cool. We agree that Orville's the one we want to find, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna cast Locate Creature.
Oh, that's convenient.
You have you describe or you name the creature, and you know within 1,000 feet.
Is it only creature, or does it also work for humanoids?
It says person or it says creature.
Well, it says creature. I don't know.
We're all just creatures, man.
Well, I think it says creature because I also have a spell that's locate object. So I think it's like a thing.
Okay, I think if there's only two of them, if there's not one that's called locate person, which I'm gonna
Double check.
And fair.
I'll double check real quick.
I actually think there is a small person. I just want to double check.
We're all double checking. Locate
Triple check now.
creature, locate object, locate animals or plants. So actually there isn't a locate person.
That's weird.
So I think
Is it cool?
if it's 1,000 feet of you. Oh, it says such as human or unicorn.
Oh, does it?
Okay, yeah, right in the spell
can't read.
description.
Hey, I can't read. It's fine.
So that works. I would say Orville is not within 1,000 feet of you though.
Cool, but it
Right.
lasts for.
But it lasts a while, so if you get closer, it'll start ping, ping, ping,
So
sonar. or
he's
whatever.
not within 1,000 feet of us right now.
He's deeper
But
into the
as we
city.
move, I'll be able to.
How far is 1,000 feet? That's like what?
1,000 feet is like a fifth of a mile.
Yeah.
And other normal people's measurements.
A kilometer is like 2,000 something.
Yeah, it'd be
feet,
like
right?
half a kilometer.
So more like 400 meters.
Yeah, sure.
400, 500 meters.
If you're the kind of crazy person that doesn't base their measurement on some random king's foot.
No, because 1,000 meters is a kilometer. So it'd be like 500 meters.
I'm just trying to think.
You should not ask me to do
In proper
I'd say
measurements.
1,000 feet is like half.
That's something I have not been able to buck yet. Is
that. I tried so hard.
American measurements.
Can I try something maybe a little bit weird?
No. Yes,
Is
you
there
can.
any time? Is there ever a time when you don't do something?
But-
So I wanna use one of my shifts last for a minute. It gives me advantage on any wisdom-based checks and saves. And a sense of the smell of things in the area. And I'm specifically trying to sort out the sense of what I might recognize as
I know,
disease.
it is mom. I'm sorry.
Disease scent.
What's wrong?
Am I able to do?
I guess it's a
Three.
roll. Yeah, something. Perception, smelling.
3 range point.
Alright, so yeah, Jessup just shifts quickly and he starts smelling the air.
Gets all hairy and stuff, turns into a werewolf.
So that's 13 plus 20.
20. I would say, okay, so the things that immediately hit your nose, blood, shit, this thick, disgusting ichor, which smells faintly of, poison disease. Also, incense, jasmine, it's all kind of mixed in with it. Durian. Yeah, sure, why not? Durian.
Am I able to get a sense of maybe where non-diseased people are?
Not really, no. Telling the difference, it's all so mixed together.
Where's
It's,
Jessup?
I'm right here.
The wolf can talk?
Not very observant as well.
I'm
Are you
a
how
werewolf,
wolf
man.
are you?
I'm hybrid.
Yeah, sure, but how wolf are you? Like, is your face a wolf and your hands are not? Or like,
Oh,
can you
oh,
bite
or
you?
like
But like,
Are you standing up?
buddy. Standing
You
up.
look like
I'm not.
that.
No.
Okay.
That's
okay,
my.
so it's clawy. So you have like claws for hands. What do you have hands?
Calls for hands. Anthropomorphic.
Do you have a snout?
I do.
Oh, yeah, there's a picture.
That's one really badass.
I just
Two.
there's a picture
Wait,
behind
where's
me.
Jessup?
No, I keep forgetting to
He's
say
inside the wolf.
He's inside the wolf.
you gotta cut the belly open and get
cool.
them out.
So you're gonna come with us then, Wolf? That is so. It makes me think of what's the name of that guy from?
Yes.
Shit.
I watched,
No,
I watched a couple
it's
seasons
just
that
it's
before
just
Disney Kiss.
and it only lasts for about a minute, so you see me shift back to normal.
So you're
Oh,
standing on
oh, so you're a wolf. Like, if you,
Yeah.
I heard you say wolf kind, but like.
Yeah.
I think this would be.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It's stable.
It,
Like,
it has.
like, I thought you maybe meant like wolf kind, like you really liked.
So it's the same as the leg. That might help.
No.
Liked him to the point that he became.
Yeah, it's just what I am.
I'm really trying
This is
because
what I am.
I've been doing such a poor job with it so far.
I want to have a look. So there are some of the dead bodies close by.
There's a bunch of them. I'd say maybe 15 to 30 dead bodies
I
directly around you
want
guys.
to try and see if this will work. I want to try to detect evil and good, but I want to see if I can get closer to the ichor. So I don't want to be close enough to touch it, but close enough to I want to try and see if I can feel an aura off of it, if it's consecrated or
not
desecrated, or
I don't think it's like a sentient being or anything.
but would it have like a fiendish or fey or celestial sort of
What's-
feeling to
That
it?
what's the
gets
name of
on
the
with
spell?
their ground.
Detect evil and good.
Good.
I don't know if anybody else do
Celestial,
that.
elemental, fey, creature located, place or object that's been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Okay, I'll allow it. Yeah, that works.
So what does this feel
So
like?
you spend the spell slot?
Yes.
Right. Desecrated, I guess. I'd say that ichor itself is sort of an aberrant thing. It's not from a devil or a demon, but it's also not supposed to be in this material plane, basically, at all. It's just an entirely separate sort of thing. There's far realms,
This-
if you were a scholar that knew about the far realms in detail.
know enough about it.
I want to check the
This-
clothes, strange clothes, just to see if I recognize any claims.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me now. I just want to be doing that all the time.
Yeah, checking for clans and such.
Yeah.
But you don't see any of your own clan. But I would say you see a couple of kind of maybe some of the more well-known merchant clans that actually deal in the West. Would have people that live a lot in Keyloon City, since Waterdeep is one of the primary ports on the Sword Coast. So that's maybe reassuring. reassuring, maybe not. I guess I'm not sure. Oh, they're dead, but I know kind of know where they come from.
So I will tell everybody once I've.
Can you tell me where we walk?
Yeah. So he's done his thing. We're
So
walking.
you're leaving Akul behind,
I
right?
think we're waiting
Yes.
for him to do
No,
his
no,
thing,
no.
right?
He said it's going to take 30 minutes.
Okay, so we're just gonna.
I'd say the things you've
Yeah,
done now have
if
only
we wanna-
taken like a minute or two. You know?
If we want to split, but I just like.
Your spell, I understand.
I only got that hour. And
Okay.
I want to get within
We
a
got
thousand
Sure.
feet.
It's gonna be fine anyway. You can't catch this shit.
300 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
That disease, I was trying to feel it out there. It's we're walking and talking. It's not anything undead related or devil or demon related. It seems to be far realm related. It's not a natural disease for sure.
Is I don't know what far realm means particularly. Is that like a void not a thing?
This is to do with more things of like mind flayers and they're like aberrations.
My passive perception is 15.
Okay.
I want to passively perceive if anyone gets near us as we walk.
Okay. So
Saved.
Keyloon won't be like I was saying
Well, I'm
earlier.
just saying, like, as we talk, I'm not going to be like staring at Jessup.
Okay.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on him.
I like to stare at my feet to make sure I don't step on poop.
Peter,
Now,
that would probably work really well.
Shadows within these walls.
oh yeah, it's Shadow goddamn Central because unlike Waterdeep, which is kind of designed well, this whole place is just grown up and tight. You know, no planning whatsoever. It's a thick labyrinth of twisting side streets and alleyways. Basically, just different, 1,000 different shops, all kinds of selling similar things grouped together,
I get up to the roof.
and all wood.
Like the owl was doing. It's possible for me to do that.
Okay, yeah, so if you want to head up to the top of a particularly tall
Guard
tenement
there,
building or
yeah.
something, that's possible, I think, to climb up there and get a better view of things.
And while everyone else is doing that, I stopped at the first stall owner or shop owner or whatever the fuck and asked, hey, do you know where this bar is that we're looking for?
Alright, so you
The shop's open.
knocking on the door. They all seem to be sort of closed, but you're able to see people kind of peeking through. So you notice someone peeking at you guys through a window, and you check. Put your hands through the door slot.
And I go, there you
Kind
go.
of turns your hands over, tell her, feeling up the wrist a little bit. You're clean. You're clean, right?
I'm clean, I just got you. And I'm willing to offer some assistance if you can assist us with the location of this bar that we're looking for. Keep going, yeah.
Get in then.
Okay.
Lock after lock.
I'm
Open.
trying to go as
opens
far
enough
into the
for
center
you
of
to
the city
enter.
so I can have.
Is anyone going to go in with her?
I'll come in with.
I was say, I'm just imagining, okay, let's all spread.
I'm up trying to watch my doors and separating from
I
each
just
other.
want to ask for
Shit.
directions.
He's keeping an eye on you.
Get up there?
Okay.
I just want to ask for
Maybe we can
directions.
Darn it. Okay. So, inside you see a small little shop selling
Yeah, yeah.
dishware and things like that. An old couple's in there. What possessed you to come into the Keyloon city?
I've come to help them, but I very desperately need to find, what's the bar's name again?
The Blue Lotus
Blue
tea
Rose.
shop. Blue Rose?
Blue Rose.
Blue Rose tea shop.
What?
It's tea shop.
Was it teach?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're in Chinatown.
Yes, that's right. Okay. So I'm looking for the Blue Rose tea
Go
shop.
for it.
That's all I need to know. Please, if you could just tell me.
Well,
It's going to help everyone in the
that's
city.
an ill-omened place.
That's okay. I'm fine. Just tell me how to get there.
Okay, fine. How about this then? We do need a little assistance with something.
Okay.
Our son, he's begun the first stages of the plague.
Okay. Where is he?
We have him locked in the back.
Okay. Open the door.
Don't open the door. What are you doing?
I'm gonna fix it.
There's no fixing this plague.
So, what
You
do
should probably
want?
find out if
Not-
you can fix it before you.
Have you not heard a single thing about this disease that's ravaging the Keyloon city?
Yeah.
Healers have already come by. They're all dead now, as far
Okay.
as we
Well,
can
then
tell.
maybe.
once was a beautiful place in Keyloon City, a park where you could meditate, where you could
Sounds like it.
feel at one, but now it is a place where we end life's journey, where the priests of the new death god help those afflicted with the disease into the next part of life, the next cycle.
New Death
What's
God?
your names?
We are
Bob and Jill, whatever the fuck.
the Hidekis.
Are you talking about Priest of Kelmore?
No, not Kellamore. He's never held any sway in this place.
So is there a New Death God?
Well,
Or are you talking about the real?
in times such as this, even the gods die, and our traditional god of death, the psychopomp of our people, Yamra, has left us. He lies dead now. What?
What was that word?
Psychopomp? It's a guide for the souls to the next realm. Psycho.
It's psycho
Pomp.
pump. Like it is exactly how it sounds.
Pomp.
P-O-M-P,
P-O-M-P.
like pompous.
His name was Yamra. He was a local deity for this place, but he is dead now, and a new god of death has taken his place.
Who is this new God
Okay,
of Death?
well, how do I find an escort?
We were hoping you would escort us.
Oh, I'm asking, okay, well then come. Come, but is that where the Rose Tea House thing is?
As soon as we're finished there, we will tell you.
Jesus. Are you sure I can't just come back for you? Because I might be able to save your son rather than escorting him to his death.
Charisma check. Convince him that it's better to wait.
While they're doing that, can I make an inside check on Zebra to see why she's so? If I can get a feeling like why is she so rushed?
I'm going to cast guidance on myself as well. Check.
Like in Jasper's mind,
Now.
Zebra's acting really weird.
And yeah.
There's really no reason to think that you'll find a cure when all others have failed. We've accepted our place in the cycle now.
Okay. Look, I really wanna. If we can find this guy that we're looking for, there's a very big chance that we can put an end to all of this. And as much as I want to help you, if you can't give me any information, then I'm going to leave.
Then you should leave.
Okay. Thank you kindly for your time. And I run out the door.
How long
Run
has it
off-
been?
And I run off to you.
Okay, so,
This one.
cool.
Yeah.
They've been talking.
You are performing your
So I'm
ritual, you know,
1,500 feet.
your what's the word I'm looking for? You know, speaking prayers for the newly deceased for Kellamore. Give me a perception check, Ah. Seven. Let's see, that's better than that. You are completely engrossed in your work. You know, this is your shiz, and so you don't notice notice anyone approaching until you feel the sharp point of a dagger pushed against your back. Just drop your weapons, any gold or valuables you have, and there won't be any trouble here today. It's not a good place for travelers. Or priests.
Do I know how many people in this?
I think with that roll, no. You notice, you know, the one guy, maybe you see some shifting shadows about on the walls, but beyond that, it's hard to tell the exact numbers.
How many
I would say, because of the stealth thing that they're doing, it would be like a surprise round. But Cloud Slicer's out, he sees you going for your blade, so he tries to strike you down, and the others will also act.
Okay. Let me get. There was just a stat block for ninjas or monks or whatever, you know, on their own, like monk henchmen.
The foot.
Well, there's the hand, there's the Foot Clan. These will be the toes.
Elbows.
The elbows.
Keep it topical.
God, you got in your elbows.
So the first attack, first turn, he has advantage. Doesn't take a turn. Oh god, this is
going to be a really rough first round. It's a good thing you can heal yourself, because this is a nasty group of monkey, roguey kind of bad guys. So advantage. That's a. So that's a 23.
Okay. No, I did not,
So
actually.
it is a critical hit then.
I did not follow the same route.
He's assassin. Ouch. Yeah, he hasn't acted.
I'm a ranger. I
Never
can find you
stopped
guys.
me.
Don't worry.
So that's
I'm trying to watch
12
you.
damage from the first guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to use his bonus action to shadow teleport back. Your speed is extra high, but another monk's would be similar, wouldn't it? If they were a human?
They're human, they'd actually be the same as mine. I took the wolves, mine went down. I've got them back to usual now.
Okay.
So their speed should be about 15, they teleport to 60.
Alright, so he's going to teleport back the 60 then, away from you. And you can hear several darts heading your way. Let's say
I should have made a plan for like
3.
a signal. One was
Oh,
a
then-
rumble.
So the first dart,
How far is this?
is there such thing as a double crit?
Double crit is just this thing. Yeah.
Alright, and the next one,
We played 320
do you double the damage from the
All the dice.
attribute?
All the dice
No,
you
no,
roll.
just the dice.
Just the dice, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All the dice you roll.
Alright, so that'd be 7 damage, and it'll be a con check. Oh, it was a 20. The second blow dart with advantage.
Nine, 11.
11. Okay. The second dart. Let's see. 18. Does that hit, or is that lower than
No,
yours?
that
So that is.
He's proficient in.
That's another 15 damage, and it'll be another con check.
I don't know. I'm no as a cleric.
And the last one is another 18.
Okay, so it's 18 and.
Oh, just a hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is.
And the last one was, I think, 15 damage. So you took one hit, the second hit, and this last one does 13 damage. So that's all the damage total. And from there, it is, you rolled an 11 on the first con check, so that you can feel this poison kind of working through you rather quickly. It kind of numbs the action in your arm, so it's kind of a slowing thing, so it lowers you down to 1 attack per turn, or per round.
Okay.
And I guess maybe your speed is knocked down by maybe 10. But that's the full effect of the poison.
I call out for the guys with the crossbows to see if they can go.
I didn't even think about that. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think that's fair. They're a little trigger happy, I guess, so let's see if they can
They're
see
infected
these
ninjas.
guys.
They're trying to get out.
Oh god, no!
what we've been training for. Alright, that was a series of shitty rolls. 11, 11, 10, and a 17.
Fire just like stormtroopers, basically.
Basically, yeah. So, shooting all around.
Would the monks be expecting that?
Probably not, actually. They probably weren't expecting the guards to so well. But one of the monks does get hit with a bolt, the one that got you with the dagger.
Does it count as surprise?
That's what I was asking.
Well, I don't think the guards don't have like the assassinate feature or anything.
But let's just say monk 1, he takes his damage. Alright. So, that is the first round. Looking around you, you see there are 4 monks. Well, you don't really know they're monks, I guess, but 4 bad guys, you know. They're dressed in dark robes, kind of flittering about through the shadows like you've seen him do several times in the past.
Okay. Taking a potion would be a full action, yes. Bonus action decided.
Yeah, it's a bonus action if you take yourself.
And actually, if you give it to someone else.
Okay. Alright. So I use my bonus action to take one of my ointments.
Rubs the lotion on the skin.
That's fair. So you kind of flush those toxins out of your body using a foot pad that you bought from the Dollar General.
So there are 3 of them, yes?
4 of them total. 1 on the ground, and the others are kind of flittering around, hanging off the
How
walls.
far is the one on the ground?
He teleports 60 feet away from you,
Okay.
and then he stopped there. So he's 60 feet. Can you?
Is he in the shadows at the moment?
I'd say there's lots of shadows just playing all over the place, but
We would have had to make the event if it was good.
yeah. So he's teleported to the shadow of a large nearby building. Perception check on your end. You're up high. You've got a good vantage point.
Just so you're aware, Jason has agreed to escort these 3 to
18.
Okay. 18. You hear a commotion behind you, but you can't really see what's going on.
Try to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, I guess looking closer, maybe you can see Akul has his weapon drawn, but you don't see anything else.
Okay.
Akul, it's your turn still, I believe. So there's people above, kind of hanging off of the loose stones of the walls, and there's one ahead of you 60 feet.
Okay. I make sure that I am in... Is there any place where I can get cover where there is no shadow?
So like a particularly bright area that also is cover.
Because I know how his abilities work.
Yeah. Do you have a way to make your own light?
Yes, I do.
I would say any place that gives you significant cover would make some shadows. Like if you hide behind a bunch of bodies, there'd be the shadow from that, or same with like an overturned cart or something.
Yeah, but I'm always there's always like this slight light around.
The shadows is crazy. Light makes shadows too. I would say though, if you want cover, you can probably cover yourself from 2 of the people shooting darts, just leaving yourself open to one of them by hiding, maybe behind an overturned merchant's cart.
Okay. So I do that, and then I cast Cure.
I shot out.
How loudly do
You were
you
following
shout?
her,
No,
right?
no, he
Actually,
was
right
on
above
the...
you.
Yeah, y'all
Watching
were in
her
the
and
same
watching
area. She's not
Okay. I'm in the house with the...
He's on the roof of that house.
Of the house of the Hidekis, you're on that roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went straight up.
You saw in trouble.
I didn't see it.
Saw him with his weapon drawn. You watched him kind of
Very far away.
run a bit and duck behind a cart.
I'm not going to do Cure Wounds, I'm instead going to use my chill ability and use Vows.
Sorry, a little refresher on that one, please.
I can't use it. It has to be 10 feet.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so I just did.
We're quite a bit of ways in the opposite direction. Do we hear Feather Marshal yell? Because we would be like thousands of people.
Really?
Well, I don't know. How big is the place? Is it really
Well, I don't know.
far
Oh,
across?
1,000 feet is only 300 meters.
But
Shot at
300 meters, you could still hear somebody shout.
Yeah. If we're just above that.
It also depends on how the sound is being reflected.
Also, I mean, it doesn't
Right,
take...
tight.
So I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
just saying.
shout, you hear me.
It is important to me because however far we are, I want to find out if I feel anything from my spell.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on how far away you went from Feather Marshal. So that's up
I
to
have
you.
not stopped walking at any point in this conversation.
Yeah.
I have continued walking towards roughly the center so I can be as close.
I would say you've only probably gone a couple hundred feet.
Couple hundred?
I mean, because this is all sounding pretty quick, I guess. The
Yeah, no,
conversation
but while they
and
were
then
talking, if that was 5 minutes, I'd be like 1,500 feet.
okay, that's true, I guess. Yeah, 5 solid minutes of walking can get you kind of far.
Yeah.
So I'd say you guys can hear. You would need a perception check to hear that.
Okay. Well, that.
So
I perceive
I'll
well.
just say, sorry, son, my friend needs me, but I will be back to escort you forthwith.
22 for my perception.
Right, so you hear him then, I guess. You can hear Feather Marshal yelling. Maybe the words are a little garbled, but you hear Feather Marshal.
More importantly, do I feel anything from my spell yet? With the however many
Not
1,000 feet.
yet. Not just yet. It's a big neighborhood.
I should have asked how big around this thing was before I did it, but I don't have that right. So it's fine.
I also shout to you, Akul's in trouble. We can...
We can!
We can! Yes, we can!
We need to help him, and then we can find this guy. So I shout out. And then I turn around and I stop.
Are you trying to persuade me to do that?
Oh, no, I just said, I'm just saying it as a thing. And then I'm turning around and running to get
Listen, you can ignore
And
it
it's
if you
your
want.
choice, like,
I will
completely.
run.
I'm gonna run towards Akul, but on my way there.
I don't know why I'm so stupid. Anyway, moving on. So you guys are rushing back then.
Yeah.
Some of you are. You're gonna continue looking for the Blue Rose Tea House. Gonna go back.
Yeah, I kicked myself with all the ceiling. I might as well actually do it.
Alright, so I would say it'll take a little while to get to him. Maybe
Dashing.
Yeah.
Do you want us
Yeah,
to pre-roll
definitely
initiative or anything?
I'll just roll when we get there. Or yeah, you know what? Go ahead and do that. That's a good idea, actually. Save some time. Alright, so cool. You're kind of hiding a little bit, you know. The one that could see you right away shoots another poison dart your direction. No longer with advantage, though, because you acted. And it thuds into the cart right beside your face. It does not hit you. The other guy on the ground, he puts himself, I guess, on top of the cart or whatever, and tries to strike down at you again with his attacks. That's, yeah. Well, if you teleport first, it actually has advantage, right?
So I did.
That makes sense.
So I took the mobile feat so I can teleport in, attack with advantage, and run away without it.
So he hits. It does look like it will be a hit. 20 something. 22. His second attack. Both of the attacks have. Only the first one.
Only first with the attack.
So his second attack misses big time. But the first one hits. Doing. Looks like 8 damage. And it'll be another con check. They're all using poisoned weapons. Stuck in your head all day now. That one actually passes though, so you're okay. And he's going to... He can't, he doesn't want to move and get an opportunity to attack. He already teleported, so... I think he's done for now. The other couple monks, I guess, they're going to on the ground away from you and then move in. So they're going to try and surround you and hit you. So that's 2 more of them. Their first round of attacks looks like 1 hit, 1 miss. And their second round of attacks is 1 hit, 1 miss. And they all are just wielding short swords, basically. So that's 2 hits. And take a peek at your monk abilities, trying to remember all of them.
I have on there, I didn't write down.
Oh yeah, because you have the book, I guess.
That was on notes.
Saying what key points?
Yeah, what
Or
you do is
cheat
flurry
points.
blows, or run away fast, or I'll show you now.
Stunning strike. When does that kick in?
Whenever you want to, whenever you hit
I mean, what level?
6.
6. I guess they'd probably be level 6. They wouldn't just. Well. No. Alright, so one of them going to do flurry of blows, I guess. They're both going to do flurry of blows to try and get that extra attack in on you. So I'll just roll for that right now. So, okay. So they're both going to go for attacks, but actually both of their flurry of blows miss terribly. So it looks like... So that's 13 damage from their short attacks, and that'll be 2 more Constitution checks to avoid the poison again.
When I get within sight range, I will shift to get 3 short rest. I'll shift to the east side one, so AC goes up by 1, and con goes up by 1.
Right.
That's a bonus.
What?
No, I specifically said I was dashing.
Okay, so you're okay still.
I mean,
How
I
much
am
was the
dashing, but I'm also running.
God damn it, it was 13 for both of their attacks.
Okay.
They hit, but they don't do a ton of damage with each of their hits, really. Right, so yeah, and it goes, we'll have you go, then they go, then you guys can jump in on that next round.
Alright.
So, cool, you are not poisoned anymore, so you have your full range of abilities.
Yeah.
You have 3 of them around you right now. 1 on the cart and 2 that have moved up beside you.
Do we see them yet?
Not yet, because they're kind of hidden behind the cart or whatever.
Can I ask some questions? Like when they're all wearing the same thing, then we're beginning. So one that looks like
Okay. Yeah, once you guys jump in the fight, you can do all that.
So they're all on the ground now, I guess.
3 of the 4 of them are. 1 is hanging off of the wall still, shooting darts down at you still.
Okay.
Loading up another one.
How far are they away from me?
They're directly around you. Yes.
How far away from each other?
I'd say you're all tightly packed together.
all within 5 feet.
Yeah. They're all in close combat range of you.
Line it up.
Okay, I use radiant consumption. Bonus action. So, radiant light starts to pour out of my eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Starts to illuminate
All the holes, basically.
including the winter ones. The sun now shines.
Definitely.
Okay. So everything in 10 feet takes radiant damage.
3 of them.
Yeah, so 3 of them takes 4 damage.
Oh, 4 damage. Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
Radiant damage. Half a minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry to take that as much better now. It's like your full name.
Then I smack. Okay, then I smack one of them.
Smack him.
I think so.
Drop my sword.
Smash real.
I got you.
So you're going with your sword, but you're using it flat.
So that's a 27.
27. Oh, totally misses. They both hit.
Yeah.
A lot of the monsters don't have very good AC, actually. Our paladin is a bit sick. He cannot lay on hands on himself.
He has the consumption.
He has consumption. Got TV.
Trust me, he can still lay hands on himself.
Just doesn't help very much though.
First one is 12.
Reroll
plus
2.
8 is 20.
20 damage
Oh, yeah,
total
reroll
for
the
both
two.
of them.
Oh, okay.
Even more.
Nice. Okay, so that's 16 plus 8, that's 24.
24 damage total for
No,
both attacks.
for the first one.
Holy shit, okay.
Because of the radiant consumption, I also deal radiant damage equal to my level.
Oh dang, oh dang. Nice.
So that's 24 on the first one.
Right.
How's even?
Yeah, that's correct. Math, right.
Okay.
He's pretty badly hurt. I'd say if you were to be able to tell these kind of things, he'd be about halfway dead.
I'll drop a smite on it.
Smite the two. You can reroll smite twos.
That's a spell.
That's great weapon master, isn't it?
That's a
Yeah,
spell.
So that's a 2.
Gosh, a cheater at my game.
16, so that's 18.
18 more damage.
Yeah.
He's getting.
I don't get
Smack
the
down.
radiant consumption on the second attack.
Okay. So, you smack down the dude that was on top of the cart so hard that he poofs away, and you see him again hanging off of a stone on the wall.
Can they do
Nice.
that if they are in line?
No, they can't.
They're in light.
In the bright
You have to
light.
start in shadow and.
Starting
Ah.
in the light.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Very good. Turns out the greatest cheater of all.
Monk's Bane.
You're trapped in the light with me now!
God, it's like a Rorschach moment, isn't it?
Thank you.
I'm not trapped in here with you. Alright, so he's freaking out. Oh shit!
Oh, by the way, it's their round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I take radiant damage.
4 more.
You can't stop me dashing though.
This guy's okay though. So yeah, I guess that one that you've been whacking on, he's gonna spend a key point to do that running away thing without getting a opportunity attack. Yeah, so he'll disengage.
That's just using that as your action.
I thought that was
Key point you can double dash,
Is
but it
the-
doesn't, you still get an attack of opportunity.
It's not coming
The
out.
attack of opportunity thing is my feet. That's how
Okay.
I get attack of opportunity.
Well, right.
I love feet, yeah. Unless it's quite rogue, then you could have a cunning action.
Well, it's
It
kind
just adds the bonus action.
okay, so that's what it'll do then. Yeah, because they're all monk rogues basically is how this gang is built up. Rogues. Somehow people always spell rogue
I
as
like
rouge.
drunks a little better.
They're rouges.
Drunks.
So
You still have an action after if you use the cunning.
so he uses his cunning action. He kind of runs off. He teleports then now that he's back in shadow up to the wall. But these other guys are basically trapped there with you. These other 2 monks, rogues. So he's gonna attack. Let's see. With their short sword. 2 attacks. That one is in the middle. It looks like 2 misses because you're. God damn it. And I hear you, but I can't see you. And the second one he's going to attack. It looks like that is 2 hits. I don't think they have disadvantage. But the second one he goes stab, stab. Both stabs connect. Because your AC is.
I should probably mention this earlier. Remember, I never took my feet.
Okay.
I
Don't ask me if I remember things. I never do.
Okay. So, I was busy making a choice last night between ability score improvement and sentinel.
Okay.
I took sentinel.
Okay.
Because I can't disengage.
I think that means you can simply cunning action. Yeah.
They can disengage, but you can make them
I still get off attack opportunity.
Cancels all that out.
Whatever. So you can hit that one guy as he's running then.
I still roll.
Just one of those, yeah.
The time to do this would be when he's running away though, not in the middle of
Yeah,
the
I
fight.
just need to look up at it.
19 damage? Okay. That is
So much.
very hurt. Okay, so...
Then their speed becomes 0 for the rest of their turn.
Okay, whatever. Fuck Sentinel. That sounds like a retarded feat.
Oh,
Anyway, moving on.
This hectic.
It would be fun if we made combat take longer and be more complicated. Okay, so... Anyway, they hit you 2 times with the daggers. This is monk number 3. That's his birth name. His parents always knew.
One day you will be
That
able to
radiant
see
damage
some.
from
His sister was monk number 2, and she
radiant
defiantly
damage from
became
the
like
that once
a
per
ranger or
turn.
something.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
First move hit.
Once per turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
so first
I
attack.
get that as well. Because this is extra.
Yes, I know.
Did you add it?
Yes.
Oh,
But I'm resistant, so I just take off
I
damage.
forgot that they have sneak attack.
I mean, did you add it to the damage you did on that opportunity attack?
God!
Oh.
Because that's his turn.
Shit.
So it's once per turn.
Oh, no, I didn't.
It's the same as sneak attack. Same way you can get 2 sneak attacks in one round.
So 15 damage from the first one, and then
I
second
did not
one.
know that.
But maybe
That is super sneaky.
Excellent.
16, 17, 20 for the second attack. I forgot about sneak attack. Alright, so that is all the monks but one. He's going to shoot with the blow dart. Bring him down!
First they can bash you, then they can blow
Basically, bash and blow. That's their. Okay, looks like it hits. I regret saying that already. Ring, yeah.
I don't know what happened, but the podcast name changed like that.
You're going very well today.
Let's see. And this is.
At least you
It's
rolled.
not that well. It's 3 1s and 1. Oh god, which one are mine? You have the pink ones.
But if he rolls a natural
Keep
one,
the
I'll
barrier
blast
strong.
him himself.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 for that blow dart. And that will be another Constitution check. 17, so you're fine still. This poison is just, you say poison, what poison? Bunch of wusses. And you guys are on the scene now.
I got a 12.
13.
13.
You go first, yeah.
13,
We always do the same thing.
Who had the 12? You had the 12?
I had 12.
We never rolled an initiative, did we? We just did. So we'll put I'll keep those 2 at the top then. And then, who has the higher dex?
Okay, so
So,
that's
boop, boop, boop.
We got a nice little circle.
Hey.
monks and then Akul.
Okay. So there
Monks
is
and
a.
then me?
What? Yeah, because they got that surprise round.
Yeah.
So I just put them at the top, I guess.
So the monks just went.
Yes, they just. Ah. Yeah, you went, then they went,
Yes.
then they
and
showed
we
up.
left. Yeah.
So we'll let them go, and then it'll be next round, I guess. Is that okay? It's kind of confusing
I
now.
think they
Yeah,
got
I know.
surprised and then you went first.
So I guess
It's
Cool.
you
Oh, cool. You go next then, actually, and then they go. That makes sense to me, I think.
Okay, so how many are left around me? Still 3.
Yeah, that guy couldn't run away actually. So got 1 very badly injured one, 2 slightly injured ones
Okay.
around you, and then 1 hanging off the wall.
They all 3 take 4 damage.
1 is dead now. The first one that hit you with the dagger at first and spoke to you. He is dead. Oh, it burns! The others are still kicking around though. The other 2.
Okay.
2 hits.
So
That's better.
6 plus 7.
7, that's 13.
13 plus 8. 21. 14.
14, so that's 13. 5 damage. Okay.
And then, hang on, then I lay on hands. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Right, and then I'll go to Feather Marshal.
So you run up, you can see kind of the situation. There's one sort of shadowy figure up on the walls and 2 surrounding Akul, who seems to be taking care of his on his own pretty well.
Can I reach one of the walls? Because I'm not coming up from the roof high a lot.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I want to try kicking off the wall.
Yeah, like a grapple check or something? Okay, so let's roll opposing dexes, or you got strength, I guess.
Athletics.
You win. Roll more than 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you...
A flying kick.
Flying kick. Okay, well, I couldn't show a kick. My legs under this table. So,
Luke Ryan.
tiny little stout dwarf leg right in his face, falls to the ground. And fall with him, I guess. Gotcha. Alright, anything else?
No.
Alright, Martin.
Cool. So I'm going to pick one of the 2 that are left next to him.
Yes.
Is any one of them closer to the other?
No, I mean, they're pretty much in the same area.
Okay, so whatever. I'm going to go for
Have
the
fun
one
with
on
it.
my right. That's cool. And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Alright.
So that's 2d8 radiant damage.
Dex save first.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Dex save for
DC
walls.
16.
Oh, alright. Nope, that's a 3.
Cool. So they take 8 radiant damage, and I'm going to use War Priest to make an attack with my armor.
Okay.
And I'm also going to Divine Strike.
How?
Last turn I did it.
Are they still right by you?
It's
Yeah,
not a
2 of them
radius, it's
are.
one creature.
2 of them right next to it.
Are you taking the ones that are right by him?
Yeah.
Then you're taking radiant damage.
Cool. How much?
4.
Cool. Is it, how far of a radius does it go? Whatever, I'm going to move into attack with my Warhammer 8. And I do an extra 1d8 radiant damage.
So roll it
Oh,
up,
no.
mark it down.
20 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Sorry.
It's all good.
Somewhere else right now.
Okay, so they take 10 bludgeoning damage and 2 radiant. Or whoever it is.
12 bludgeoning, 2 radiant. So that's 14 damage. And I'll say you probably want to hit the one that's most injured already, right?
Sure, whatever. Oh, and I take 4
Alright, so
damage.
then it goes to Jessup the Wolf Boy.
Alright, so as I'm running up, I've got my bow drawn, and I will shift into Wolf Form's bonus action, and I will choose one that I see, fire off 2 arrows. One 23, the other one 11.
Okay, 23 hits, the 11 misses.
Okay, I'm using the poison arrows. Just will have 7 of them, now I'll have 5 of them. So it is 10 regular damage plus 2 for Colossus Slayer. I'm assuming they will be injured.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 12 and then 1 poison damage.
So how much total?
13.
13 damage to the less injured one or the more injured?
The one that is actually, I'm going for the one that's furthest away from. There's 3 decked, right?
So yeah, the one that Feather Marshal's grappling right now.
It's
Alright, so Feather Marshal, you've got this guy, or I don't know, wrapped your legs around his torso and your arms behind his, and then the arrow hits right in his chest and does how much damage again?
13.
13 damage.
So
Okay.
some of it is poison damage, but it's they're getting poison.
No, it's damage. Straight up. Extra damage. Okay, and then it goes to Zenbri.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up, just quick look around, and I'm not getting anywhere near his shiny shit, because I don't feel like getting hit by that. And he looks pretty bloody or not? Yeah, you covered in blood.
sitting over here because I have healing word too, and I was like, what am I healing
Bird.
word?
It's.
Thank you.
I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better soon.
Oh, it's
In Elvish.
Get well soon. Heyo, I think free beer. Thank you, Cambodia Brewing Company. National beer, national pride indeed.
Jesus.
Probably throw this away actually and never throw it out again.
Roll.
So-
1, 2.
So 8 hit points. That's what you get. That
I
was.
might keep him conscious.
That
Yeah,
was-
these guys are
Oh.
falling fast.
Okay, so
Basically.
that was a
I don't know. Do
bonus
you guys
action.
play flanking?
Never read up on the rules.
It's just like we don't have minis and stuff really. It's
It's only for getting advantage if somebody's 5 foot away from the enemy. For
Right.
like rogue or whatever.
Oh, no,
There's
no.
no flanking.
We play advantage.
Even
Yes.
these charges
As long as
full
you're
stop.
literally on the
Am
side.
I able to use more than
You
one
couldn't be
response
just
charge?
on the
Yeah.
Those
side.
3.5 as well.
Can I like? I want to burn 5 charges for like 5d6 rating.
yeah.
I can do that. Okay. So
Each morning recover 2d6. Honestly, can I change that? Because that's a lot of charges. It's basically fully charged every day, isn't it? Can I make it just 1d6 plus 1 charges every day?
usually most of the magic items do give you the chance to like actually
Full up.
cover all of them. So 2d6 plus 1 equals 13. So that's why you made it that. But I'm changing to 1d6 plus 1.
So your other thing's going to be fully charged every single day, every battle, basically.
Only if you roll high. Oh.
You guys ever roll low?
A day. Yeah.
I just rolled
Plus,
those.
usually each session is multiple days.
Yeah, so that was all I did, and
Okay.
that's me finished. I did a some hang back.
Alright, hang back, do some healing.
Yeah.
Alright, and back to the monks. They are probably regretting some of the decisions they made today at this point.
Life choices.
Yeah, one of them's dead. Second one's almost dead. The rest of them will be dead shortly. So let's see. I guess they're just gonna. Well, they can't run away. They can't do the thing. So they're teleporting. So you're gonna continue attacking, I guess.
Ooh,
Ah, cool.
are you sure? Because I just hit one of them and I'm 5 feet away from both of them.
One will attack Akul, one will attack Martin. First one attacking Akul. That is 1 miss, 1 hit. Let's see, luckily we still got a buddy nearby.
Punch you in the face. You can do it again.
26.
You
And then the second one
drop.
is attacking Martum.
So does the light.
What is your AC?
18
18. Actually, both of them miss. So that is. Oh, and then one of them was being grappled by you. You can teleport out of that, I think. Shadow step out of your grip.
So badass. So it's a lot like
Pretty
It's
much,
not-
yeah, or Nightcrawler or whatever. Not the movie with what's his face, but the X-Men character.
Kind of like
Jake Gyllenhaal, that's his name. Good movie though. Anyway, I'm just getting off topic.
Really? Man, I should have been monk.
Okay, so.
He poofs away and he moves his entire speed just away from the battle, basically, back toward the city. And then it goes to Akul again. So that would be a death saving throw. Poison is irrelevant at this point, but you pass it. Right, and then it goes to the marshal. There are 2 monks remaining. One is fleeing. The one just escaped your grip. You can try to chase after him, or you can hit the 2 that are still fighting Martin.
They look
Chase
like
him! Chase him!
Oh yeah, they're all. You notice each of them has 2 golden eyes on the back of their shirts, basically. Some patches, I guess. I don't know.
I don't chase him.
No, you're gonna go after the other 2.
I'm going to go to the one that looks the most damaged.
Huh?
What I want to do.
He had a really bad childhood. He's very damaged.
I'll do non-lethal damage then.
Ah.
I say, let's knock this one out so that we can question him.
Poor idea, but okay.
All my attacks non-lethal.
Alright, go for it. Attack away.
All physical attacks. 16.
16 hits.
Right.
Yeah,
14.
14 misses. 16 hits, 14 misses.
There's only 2 left.
10 damage.
One is running.
Lethal damage is the same.
He's barely unconscious or whatever.
Right with his testicles. So, it is Martin's turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna move 5 feet closer to where our pool is. Staying in the threat range of 1, so only getting 1 attack opportunity unless there's a way I can go. From what I understand, you can't move through, but I can go 5 feet around it, and I'd only go 1 attack.
Yeah. So that's one opportunity attack.
So whoever's the farthest away from the one.
So let's see. What is your AC again? 18, so it misses. You're good.
Yeah. I reach over and I cast Spare the Dying on him. So he stabilizes.
You are stabilized.
So
You saw the light and you said, ah, fuck
No
that
more
light.
death saves.
No more death
You're on
saves.
0.
You're still on 0, but no more death saves. It's just signature.
And
And then
then
for my bonus action. I will cast.
finish up.
No, I'm gonna cast a bonus action. Should I figure which one it is?
Wish.
Yes, that's it.
I wish
I
they
wish
all
that
did.
I'd never been here. I'll
I
cast
think the gods stopped.
Healing Word.
Because I forgot about them.
Ran out of arrows.
No.
Really word?
No.
Oh shit, we used up all the arrows earlier.
How are we going to stop the zombie apocalypse?
It looks like they got it. We're good. Let's.
I'm gonna cast
Union mandated break.
Spiritual
Spiritual
weapon.
weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So.
I'm not religious, I'm just spiritual.
Yeah. So giant floating warhammer. When you cast it, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of where it's cast. So I'm gonna cast it directly next to the one that's the most injured, I suppose.
I'm sure thing that's easy to tell is going to be non-lethal or lethal.
I said that it never keep it alive.
Alright, so lethal damage.
I'm
Go ahead.
unconscious.
6.
That's the magic number though. He is dead. Not unconscious, but dead. You smashed his brains in.
There's one more.
I'm just going to make that one
When
go
you
away.
said that, I just imagine Samuel Jackson declaring he summons his spiritual weapon and namaste.
Jessup, you are up. Jessup is
Can
up.
you give me a recap of what is he? So one ran away.
One's running away, yes.
How far away is he?
I guess a full dash action on a human monk.
80 plus
Wait,
teleport.
he
Plus
couldn't.
teleport.
140 feet.
Could he dash?
Okay.
You can teleport and dash. That doesn't count as your action or your movement.
Well, a
Teleport
dash
is
is
a
a
bonus
full
action.
action.
Teleport is a bonus action. And you could go to
Yeah,
movement.
so you can't dash
and then you-
because dash is an action anyway.
No, he can use key, they can use key points to dash.
No, you don't need that.
We need
Yeah.
that. It's
You
just
need, if you
teleport
don't
bonus
attack,
action.
you use your attack action to move double distance.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Then I guess he probably used a key point too to get even further
Key
away.
point.
No, you teleport. That's the bonus.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
So it's 140 feet from where I was.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so, fine.
So chasing
One
because the only way I can get to it, I can't do
No.
anything. So all I'm going to be doing is following him to where all his friends are, and then I'm going to die. So,
That's fair. I just don't like.
So there's one
being
one
able
is
to run.
dead, one is still up, one is running.
Yeah, 2 are dead, 1 is up, 1's going away at a very rapid pace.
Okay. Alright, cool. So
Like
I
100-something feet, 6
will
seconds.
Only we had a hope to follow it.
I will
Also
try and command him to grovel.
Who?
The one that is still there.
Remaining? Okay.
Yes.
So that's
DC 50. Wisdom savings.
just past that.
Okay, that's fine. As a bonus action, I will cast Healing Word. I'll do it at second level.
Sort of spell maybe.
So that is 10 points of healing.
10 points heal. Right, and then it goes to Zenbri. Are up.
Okay. This is probably not going to work at all, but if it does work, it'll be great. No, it's kind of stupid. I'm just going to cast Flaming Sphere in him.
On who?
The monk that's still standing there.
Alright. Does that affect everyone else around him?
No, it's only 5 foot.
Nice. I'm 10 feet away because I was between him.
She hit the one with the spiritual weapon that was closest to him. Didn't you?
No. I went around. I'm 10 feet away, but Akul is 5 feet.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Wouldn't it hit you too? No.
No. You might be 10 feet with me.
Flaming Spear?
Flaming Sphere. I'm casting it. Like, so
I'm
that
so
he's
happy
in,
that
he's
Save
in
the
the
Night
middle
is a
of it.
cantrip.
He's in the middle of it. That's the place that I have.
Perseverance
Does it have to roll anything, or does it just do
He
damage?
has to make a dex save.
He fails it. I roll 3.
So yeah, so he takes 2d6 fire damage.
I thought you were trying to take him alive.
I was the only one that was trying to do that.
Did you
People
say that?
don't
No,
know.
you didn't.
No,
Well,
Because
also,
you didn't care.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
all I want
Shout
to do is I want to make sure that he can't teleport away. So I want it to be bright light. Where
That's
he
my
is.
game.
That's the only thing I can think of to make a lot of bright
Within a
light.
spear of fire, that's probably pretty distressing for a person, no matter
Does
what.
it stay there?
It does stay
You can combine
there.
it to move as well, that was easy.
Hold on, just relax. And then I'm gonna say to him, you got 2 choices. You can either talk to us and I will remove the sphere, or you can stay where you are and die.
That's a compelling argument you're making, considering that everybody else is dead or running away right now. So I think this guy is going to elect to talk.
Okay.
So he's like, okay, he
So are we out of initiative then?
throws down his weapons.
Throws down his
You can just kill him, I guess, if you want to.
No, I'm going to cast light on him. On him.
Oh, okay, on him. Okay, that's fine. So then I remove my flaming sphere.
Alright, he's like, okay, I gets on the ground. Okay,
Cast
I'm
light.
done.
Okay, sweet.
Essentially, I'm going to cast light.
So yeah, you cast light on him. You can't do his shadow trickery to escape.
Yeah, well, we did it kind of as we were wrapping up. I want to make sure.
Yeah, so
How big is
he's...
that radius?
It is 20 feet from what you touch, right? And then an additional 10 or 20 in.
So he's emanating bright light right now. Sure.
Yeah, 20
whatever.
and then 20. Oh, it's I want it to be like a mint green.
He's emanating a mint green colored light from himself
It
and his
lasts
shirt,
for an
whatever.
hour unless I dismiss it or I cast it again.
So you've got this guy basically surrounded, beaten down. So yeah, that's now it's all up in your hands. What do you want to
Who do
do
you
to
work
this
for?
guy?
There is still a spiritual weapon chilling too.
Okay.
Who do you work for?
Alright,
I asked, why, who did you work for and why did you attack this guy who was just trying to do something nice?
What was it?
So he's like, okay, whatever. I already gave up or whatever. So I'm a member of the Void Walkers. Robbing because we rob anyone who is foolish enough to wander into the Keyloon city.
Who's your evil? Sorry, I eat off the matter.
I will give you one of my drink. No, I didn't drink it.
It doesn't matter what I tell you. We have a new leader now. We used to follow a false prophet, a false god, but now we see the truth. We follow Ichthys Sohi. She is the prophet of the end, of the Nagas.
She's the prophet of the Nagas?
She speaks the truth, and we, her children, listen.
So, I want to know the truth. Can you tell me the truth? What's the truth?
The truth is the Nagas will soon return to this world in force. They will kill the giants and slay the dragons and bring in a new and more perfect world where the superior Nagas rule over all as is their place in the world, as ours is to serve.
I ask you, does Ichthys look like this? And what's it called?
Minor illusion.
Minor illusion. Patricia, which is the hag that got away?
No, that is some old ragged hag. Ichthys is beautiful. Serpentine in her looks. Her eyes watch over the city.
Now, fella, I'm gonna ask you a few questions here for just a minute. You've submitted to us, yes?
It's a weird thing to say. I have given up the fight. You're too powerful for me to defeat on my own.
Now, as I'm talking to him, I will use the crown to cast chaos on him. Now, I just need you to listen to my voice for a while, my friend. You're gonna listen to us very carefully and pay attention to all of our words, take all of our instructions, do exactly what we ask of you. Do you understand, friend?
Kind of how these things go.
And if we ask anything of you, you will comply. Do you understand?
Let's see. Saving throw. He fails it, whatever, so he'll follow along or whatever. Okay.
Not this time.
Get
My
you.
spiritual up is gone.
Now, why don't you go ahead and stand up?
One magical command.
Was to follow all of our instructions. That was the one.
That's multiple commands.
One thing you
Kind of bullshit the Gaia spell, dude.
Yeah.
Place a magical command on a creature that you can see, forcing it to carry out some service or refrain.
You just try to wish for unlimited wishes.
Not necessarily. It says it takes a minute to cast the spell, so I'm trying to talk to him for a minute to cast the spell, right?
Alright.
Okay, alright. I would like you to tell us exactly where your leader is.
It's no secret. Let's see. We have our base in the old prison, the far side of town.
I thought this whole thing was a prison.
The main prison compound building. It's an old stone structure, much like a fortress.
Where's the... No, that was different. Never mind, goodness. Where is Orville the Sunkissed?
I don't know who that is. That's
You would
the
know
paladin.
You would know a paladin who came from outside.
Ah, yes. He came with the priests of Lathander. We attacked them. They fled.
Sure. Where'd they go?
He's in the Blue Rose Tea House, I believe.
Where's that?
Directions, please.
Just up on the street, blah blah blah. He gives you some general directions. It looks like it's going to be maybe 30-minute walk or so.
I should have been there by now.
twisting, turning alleyways and
It's
such.
just around the corner from you.
But
I didn't. He said I did not feel it.
Not yet, no.
He said specifically I didn't feel it, so it couldn't have been within
Maybe on a different plane.
1,000 feet. I was.
So he gives you some more detailed instructions on how to get
Is
there.
it centered like? Give me a quadrant of the city. Like would.
Let's see. Okay, so city entrance area.
Could have got a map.
Let's see. He'll say northwestern edge of the city, basically.
And
It's built into the side of the wall.
the pretty ladies where?
Let's say northeastern
Pretty.
part. The old prison compound.
And this is with us being due south.
Yes. Yes, you're at the southernmost point of the Keyloon city, we'll say.
How many of you are there?
Let's see, I guess he has to give an accurate answer, so say perhaps 40, 50 of us in total. Many of us left with our old leader, the false prophet.
Is that the second gang?
No, the Enlightened Sons is what we were once called. But we are truly enlightened now. We no longer follow the old father.
Just. But old father's still around with me.
That's when I spoke to me.
I don't know what happened to that old broken man. Chasing dragons is all he does, but Nagas are the true inheritors of the
They
world.
leave the city.
Aye, they went south to the gray wastelands, south of Waterdeep. Near the God's throne ruins.
Before all the shit.
Oh, so it wasn't the plague that started your chasing heart.
It's in the gangs.
No, it was Ichthys herself who spoke the truths to us, who made us realize that the old father was a demented, saddled man, and not the god we once thought him to be.
Is she responsible for this disease?
I don't know where this disease came from. Surely it came with those priests of the new death god, though. If we could wipe them all out, it would be a good day for this city.
We heard tell this new death god. What is its name?
An old language I don't understand, but they call him Kunla.
Jason says that out loud. I wish
So you don't have the plague.
Why?
No. We stay away from the infected. They're mindless savages, and Ichthys perhaps protects us.
Can you get away from it fast? Or just
They're quite fast. It seems that their minds are consumed with rage. They don't hold back at all and fight the fight. Well, we know how to break a door down. This city is wood and not the best materials really to build with, but with strong locks you can keep them away. And the prison is the most safe place in this whole city. We have many new devotees to the void.
what is the other gang?
They just call themselves priests. They're priests of Kunla.
Okay.
False god if I've ever heard one.
Shall we go find the paladin? What are we supposed to do with this guy?
I can kill him.
No, I mean...
This-
no,
this-
No,
this-
he killed him. He might
This,
have helped.
this
I'm
depends.
talking about the paladin, not the guy you captured.
Oh,
Or
I'm talking
both.
about. I'm talking about this guy.
I'm also talking to the guy.
Yeah. He killed Icky over here. This way. We just killed him.
What are your plans if you leave here? If we let you leave here?
I'll return to the prison compound and most likely inform Ichthys of your presence in the city.
I think you need to tell her that
The other probably already
we
has mentioned it.
don't care. We're here to stop the plague and we're looking for a certain person.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're doing.
Don't care about it.
You don't come after us, we're not going to come after you.
I'm cool.
Yeah, we
Like
killed,
literally killed.
we killed one of theirs as well. Or
Yeah.
two of theirs as well.
Because they were trying to kill and succeeded in killing Akul.
wanted is gold and weapons.
Then you should have
He was the
even
one
known
that
we
chose
did.
to turn it into a fight to the death.
I'm gonna start searching for the guys.
Alright, so, you know, they've got their weapons, blow dart guns, short swords. They don't really keep any coin or anything on them that would make a lot of
Poison
noise.
specifically, or did they just poison?
Gosh, I guess they would have a vial of poison each.
Does it feel like poison loot?
I had some. Yeah.
What's more?
Sure.
Alright, they have two.
So,
Are you able to
Give me 2 vials per.
perform restoration magic?
I can do laser.
Okay.
But I can also buy and I've got a whole bunch of poison stuff.
Would that form of restoration restore somebody's mind?
No.
I
The
don't think it
restoration just takes like disease
Like,
and
disease.
paralysis and stuff like
Yeah,
condition
poison.
effects away.
Yeah. Poison, paralysis, definitely.
Your healing magic won't do anything for the people in the city.
Oh, I'm not interested in that. I'm just wondering if your new master has affected your mind somehow.
We can kill him?
Magic. Dispel magic.
I mean, I could dispel magic too, but actually, I may not be able to. I'm gonna get rid of that.
I can do this.
I'm just saying, he killed one of ours, we killed one of him. It's balance.
Doesn't look dead to me. Looks like he's standing right there.
Well, I tell you what, I'll kill you, and then maybe I'll bring you back.
Go ahead then, bloodthirsty one.
It's not bloodthirsty. It's balance.
Well then kill me then.
Accurate.
I'm
Oh,
not.
before
is
you
there
go
any
there,
stop-
wait. I
I'm
have one more
not going
question.
to stop you.
I have one more question. You said Aethys was beautiful and serpentine.
I? Yes.
Does that mean that she is part snake or part cold-blooded something?
I don't know where she comes from.
She looks like.
She has large golden eyes, like a beautiful Naga.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. You can kill it now.
We're done with me done.
But
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
care.
Quick
Cool.
steps there.
Sacred flame.
Sick thing.
It's like 8 damage.
It does. Well, it's 2d8. Right? That's me.
Whatever, 9, whatever. So you want to kill him with Sacred Flame?
No, I'm gonna start with sacred flame.
Alright.
That sounds like torture. Can't we just get to start or something?
Alright, so
I mean, okay, I'm mostly bludgeon, and I thought that would be nice to use a little flame instead of just bashing his brains in. If you want to slit his throat, I'm just not all that proficient with the slit.
hearing all this nonsense talk about how to kill me is torture enough. Just
I know,
bash my
right?
brains and slit my
Yay!
throat.
Why not just leave him? It doesn't matter.
Too late. Where am I?
Okay.
I'm
I say
aiming
just
for your
be
head.
gentle on the rogue.
The,
On the
what?
Rogue. I want to collect all the rogue.
Oh, the bro. Well, take your clothes off.
No.
Jesus.
What are you going to do about it? Kill
Actually,
me?
get in and
I stab him in the stomach.
Ugh. Oh, ouchie. This is just a
Right, like-
long,
Down.
uncomfortable way to die. Ugh. Jeez.
Horrible.
You're the worst.
Jesus Christ.
And he slowly dies of a stab wound to the stomach for several minutes after.
I
So I got 3 rogues.
think we should head back to the house and ask those people some questions about the services of this blood pond.
No,
How
I think we
long
should go
has this
find
been?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we get
Well,
out.
it took him a while to probably die finally.
Yeah, no, I mean the whole encounter.
Let's see, I guess from when you entered the Keyloon city to now, yeah, like an hour, half an hour to an hour,
There-
somewhere in that range.
There's a big difference between those two things because my spell lasts 1 hour.
We got 10 minutes left. Run.
We know.
47 minutes.
Okay, cool. Because we know where he is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
quadrant wise. Cool.
Let's run.
Let's go. Oh, cool. So wait, why do you want these people to come with us?
Who? I don't actually know who
We'll
you're
end up going back.
Kula,
Yeah.
the new death god of
Yeah.
these people, is a bloodthirsty old god from the previous cycle that seems to like taking other gods' portfolios and killing them. I would not be surprised if somehow it was complicit in this old god's death. houses that we went into that Xavier wanted to ask questions of, there was a couple inside there whose son has been affected by this plague, and they said that they are taking people to something known as the Blood Pond and ending their lives there. I think that if these priests are there, likely they're the ones that are creating this disease. This is where we'll find them and be able to stop them.
Yeah, but also it would be better if we first get the paladin, because he's the one who's been here longest, trying to heal people.
Yeah.
Well, I would kind of like to find somebody who was affected, who was in a contained situation, to find out if any of that healing magic that I have does work.
They told us that healers have been in there and the healing magic does nothing to stop this plague.
That's what they said, yeah.
I also don't think if the parents wanted to take their kid there to die, they wouldn't go, hey, can you please take us to the place where all the people that are making this shit happen are?
I don't know that. I don't know that necessarily. But yeah, I mean, we're all
They
walking,
know
right?
about the blood
Walking
bonds, eh?
towards the thing. I think we should find paladin first.
Yeah,
That's
I
the first thing.
agree. Find a paladin,
Yeah.
get information.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going straight to the tea house.
Okay. So, making your way through the cramped, tight little alleyways and streets of the Keyloon city. You're staying on top. Right? You can see ahead a pack of plague victims, I guess.
I don't want to say zombies.
Not zombies. They're not zombies, exactly. Like ghouls. They look like ghoulish monstrosities at this point.
It's like 28 days later, right?
Making their way toward the group from one side. A small pack of them are seen sniffing around the other side. It looks like they could be boxed in if they don't find a way up or away from the alley.
So he sees this, or do we
He sees this from his vantage point.
Guys, there are plague victims ahead of us and behind us. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're in a single street.
Yes.
And we're in a single street now. Junctions.
Is there doors, buildings?
I can run up to the top of the roof and throw a rope down for you guys. Yeah? You can do the same.
Yeah, I'll throw a rope down.
I'll run up next to him, we'll throw down 2 ropes.
We have this, and our rope of climbing starts going up to the roof, and then we
So
just
there's 3,
climb up.
so there's 3 of you. There you go.
Magic rope,
Oh, climb.
So
Like,
we're
all
on
the
to the
roofs.
and then I climb the rope climb.
So you climb up to the top and you see this pack of plague victims. Just no eyeballs, just relying on hearing and smelling perhaps. Just clawing at the building, trying to climb over each other to get to you guys. But
Wait,
obviously
how
they're
many
too
are
too high
Yeah.
up.
How many?
Perhaps 20 or 30 of them.
Jesus.
Cool.
They're still wearing clothes. They're all mixed.
Some of them wearing clothes, some of them it's all been ripped off of them or whatever. They don't seem to have any.
The ones with
Awareness.
clothes, they're not like all like kimonos, all there's like mixed.
Yeah, it's a mix, I guess. It's not only people from the Far East living in the city. It's the majority.
I'm going to use my last shift for the day to shift again to one that gives me magic wisdom checks and stuff, and I want to use my rangers to try and find a path to the place we're going that we don't go through these things.
I would say sticking to the rooftops has been helping. And after some time, you're able to lead them right to the Blue Rose Tea House, which is a very unassuming small little place. The only thing, indication of what it is just a small wooden sign hanging off in front with blue flower on it. Built into the side of the walls, it's probably a very old building. But like I said, very unassuming, although there don't seem to be any ghouls or plague victims nearby.
Is he here?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, a while for traveling, but still, yeah, whatever. It's still on. You can tell he's in there.
Yes, somewhere in here.
Ran out of battery, can't use the GPS.
I'd say the room is filled with sort of a glowing light, though. It looks like it's inhabited.
This is the part where we knock on the door, right? That's kind of rude.
It's an inn.
Yeah, city. I'm pretty sure it's locked and barred.
It is locked. Try to
Pull out that.
Knock on the doors.
Can you knock in a way that doesn't sound like plague victims growling at the door?
Stretch.
Away! Voice calls from inside.
Hi.
I see through the window.
They are boarded up.
We're not afflicted.
We're looking for
Orville. Sunkissed.
Sunkissed.
Sunkissed. We've been sent from the Mage's College.
And from the Temple of Lathander.
That's really not.
Tell them that he's gonna stay here then. Go away.
We just
Hey,
want to ask
hey,
a question.
it's cool. You can stay. Hi.
Yes?
Hey, you know the thing that's worse than the thing that's going on right now? We want to help with the thing.
We need no help. The door is guarded. It is sealed.
Wait, hold on.
And it shall remain sealed.
Who are you?
Zechariah, priest of Lathander.
Where's Orville?
Orville is a little busy right now, tending to the seal on the door. Only our faith in Lathander keeps unspeakable horrors from escaping into our world.
What's his name? David sent us to come speak to Orville.
Bullheart.
Ah,
Yeah.
Wellhurst.
Wellhurst. Close enough.
He doesn't understand. He has not seen what we've seen.
We
We
try
want
to
to
understand.
Can I legitimately attempt to persuade?
Yeah, it's fine. What do you want to persuade? Let you in, basically?
To speak to Orville in whatever way Orville is comfortable with. If Orville wants to keep the door between us, that's fine. That's what we're talking about. Not one.
Oh, dick!
This is the worst death.
You.
Blame you.
Because
That's what you
wants
said.
to do it.
Well, because you weren't
That's why I
speaking
started
up.
talking.
To seal the entrance forever, it requires either Orville's complete concentration or the rest of our complete concentration.
The entrance of what?
Portal. A portal to unspeakable horrors.
Yeah.
Portal to the nine
Kanye.
devils of hell?
Perhaps. We don't know exactly what came through. It was a lich of some kind, most likely trying to conquer our world.
We need to make sure you don't seal that door.
Blasphemy! Agents of evil!
So that we can put the lich back.
The lich is dead. It was slain by Orville in single combat. Now, we must seal this portal forever, so that no more evil or demons can escape through it into our realm.
Have you taken a look at what's going on inside the city? There's a whole lot more going on here than you understand.
You mean the plague? Of course we understand the plague. That was our original purpose coming in here.
Exactly.
No, I
There's
didn't
an
get a point.
much older evil that came through as well, and if you seal the portal, you're gonna make it here.
I don't what are you talking about? You speak in riddles.
Kunla, an ancient god that survived the previous cycle, came through that portal with the lich and is now trapped in the city. We need to send it back before you close the portal.
Yes.
That's a dirty lie.
I know.
Let's see. Convince him. With dice.
25.
Fine, I will unlock the door, and the priests shall take charge of the portal. You can speak to Orville directly.
No, I think they would make it.
Unlocking noises. A bunch of unlock noises.
If I were on the other side of this door, I would know.
So, entering, you see a rather bare-looking tea house. All the chairs, tables, and stuff have been piled along the walls. And instead, you see a heavily armored man, jewel-encrusted armor, enormous greatsword on his back, praying in front of what looks to be a broom closet.
Is he dreamy?
No, probably not. Let's
Is
see.
he old?
drooping down all the way, kind of handlebar style maybe. Freckles out the wazoo.
I like it. It's sun-kissed.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm going for.
Do they look like their provisions are dwindling?
Can't really see the provisions right now. You see
They
a
look
few loaves
hungry
of
and-
bread,
There's a bunch
maybe.
of clerics and paladins on the screen.
So they let you and they say, wrists out, please. Checking each of you. None of you have the plague. I can tell. Fine. So, what's the issue then? You say that something else escaped through this portal.
There's an old god that survived the previous cycle, called Kuma. I believe he's the one behind the plague. He came through the portal. And if you guys seal the portal, he's going to be started on a plague. You need to save the guy before the portal is closed.
Then we say, fine, speak to Orville then, we will take over. So the group of priests kind of join in prayer. Orville gets up, shakes himself off a bit. Says, oh, what is this? It looks like a rather strange group in the tea house today. Says, don't mind. He points, there's some skeletal remains wrapped in dark robes sitting propped against the bar. Says, don't mind that. That was the first thing that caught my attention when we entered here. Powerful lich, ancient evil. You understand what a lich is, yes?
Do I understand what the lich is? Can I make her a religion?
It can be a religion thing. It's just
It's general knowledge.
general knowledge, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure it's like a magic thing, so it'd be arcana.
How much do I know about liches?
Hey, you heard about them? You think they're evil,
Well, we
evil
met-
wizards, evil bad
We
guys?
met the king of
We made a leech king.
A leech. L-E-E-C-H. You gotta really check those contracts.
Quick question on a character. What are we wanting to find out from this guy?
Basically
I
trying to
think
get him to
the
go
kind of
back.
idea to go
No,
back.
I don't care if I'm going back.
I don't think we don't need it, because they're
No,
getting inside.
not at all. I just assume that whatever he's doing has to do with our thing. And I want to find out what that is and then use the doors to get to where we're going.
Yeah,
Well, first thing, we need the portal oven because she needs to cut a power.
Yeah, well, it has to be open because of
Different
Is that what you actually say to him? The portal needs to be
No,
open.
no,
This is
no,
more
we're
asking
out of
about
character
Yeah.
right now.
I don't understand though, like,
This is the
do you
indoors,
really need to go to hell?
Yes.
Because,
Well, no,
like, priority-wise
portal
though,
is
there's
the
like
indoors.
giant Naga, and then there's
This
oh,
is
yeah,
just
hell.
a way to
Well,
get to the
the
inn.
problem is, I don't go to
It
hell.
kind of exists in its own pocket
He's
dimension.
just gonna take my soul.
Yeah, and that would be sad. Do not get me wrong, but like
Lich that tried
also
to-
the end of all.
Well, so
And
he's
then-
gonna keep fucking with us probably.
No, but that's the problem though, is that he's gonna keep fucking with us and stopping us from doing anything we want to do if we don't go do what he wants us to do. So look, we've already tried to figure out a way out of it, and I haven't found a way out of it.
Okay, yeah, but top level down, like that's important within 30 days.
Yeah.
Right, but not like 2 days.
No, I know, but if they close that gateway to hell, how the fuck am I gonna get there
And
without
how else are we
dying?
gonna get to the astral sea?
All of us have to get there.
Should the mages
But is the portal to the inner doors?
Yeah.
Or is there the inner doors and also
Portal
the
is
portal?
to the
This portal goes to the inner door.
So
To
the
the
portal doesn't go to hell. It goes
No.
to the inn.
Yes.
Okay, fine, but yeah. So
Which
And
is
then
on
from the inn we can go
another
other
dimension.
places.
yes.
Yeah, it's basically a pocket dimension where you can reach all the other dimensions you
Yeah.
want to go to normally. Or get, just mail.
So,
Yeah, it's just
yeah,
like
we-
I want to
we-
go through the portal.
Yeah, well then we need to make sure that our closed.
Which really
That's
is
like a
getting-
secondary
getting
concern
rid of
because
this plague.
there are other doors. Like if we just don't end up back here, we'll
The
end
doors
up-
to other
See,
places.
the problem is that everybody doesn't know that.
To be fair, I'm not sure that I would either.
You know.
Well, no, I've asked a couple questions with the other doors. I've got an idea that it's an inn of
So
many
what is your
doors.
actual question, Imran? Why are we here?
We want from him.
Okay, alright.
You all just sit there, perfectly silent, telepathically communicating, while he wonders, who did we let into this tea house today?
Okay,
So
so
Oracle.
back in character. Yeah.
Or I've heard a lot of stuff about you.
Yes. Mostly good, I hope.
All good, in fact. You seem a pretty upright kind of guy. A real upright kind of guy. You tell
But when we took refuge in here, we were attacked by a group of, I don't know how to say it, shadow warriors of some sort, and then ghoulish victims of the plague chased us. We took refuge in here.
Yeah.
After the first night, though, I awoke to see this creature, this vile creature, trying to sneak past us into the Keyloon city.
From the portal.
From this portal, yes.
I'm going to look closer at the witch.
Aye.
Let's see what it is.
Horrible.
It's like skeleton, I guess. I guess most liches are in dark purple robes. Not a lot of insignias or anything on it. Has rings covering all of his fingers, jewels embedded, perhaps in the skull.
Take some of the rings.
Don't touch it.
Oh yeah? Does it look like one of my rings?
Even in death, a lich can be a powerful foe. I dare not.
Would it help you to close this portal if you knew what was on the other side of it?
I don't care what's on the other side. If such evil as this can just saunter out of it, then it can't be anywhere good. Perhaps one of the 9 hells, perhaps.
So he hasn't noticed the inner door?
No.
Horrible. What? May I ask you? Are you aware, or has this church told you about this cycle and the void Naga? Are these words familiar to you?
I know what a Naga is. I've slain 1 or 2 in my day, but can't say I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Cycle.
Are you? I know that some paladins are gifted with the ability to compel people to tell the truth. Are you in possession of that?
I've got my ways of getting people to tell the truth.
I mean magically, aside from torture and intimidation.
Yes.
Alright, so I will not resist. You are welcome to use that spell on me, and I will tell you exactly what has been going on, and you will know that it is true.
I don't care what's going on. I'm going to close this portal. We're going to find out what's been going on in this city, slay whoever's responsible, and then return to the people of Waterdeep and protect the city.
So your plan is you close the door, and then you're still stuck inside a quarantine zone that you're unable to cure. That's your whole plan.
Find a way. There's a couple of suspects in my mind who could be causing this plague. Figure.
Who is it?
Well, it's either these void walkers or these priests of Kunla. Heard a bit about them, but either of them could have caused this plague. They both have reasons to. They both gained in power during this time of troubles.
I would go with the Kunla dudes.
Well, perhaps that would be the first ones to destroy that as soon as I'm done with my work here.
There is a great need for this portal to stay open. If you have the interests of the world at heart, it's necessary to keep this open.
If we go to stop the plague, and you kill whoever's responsible, will you keep this portal open long enough for us to go through and test and see where it goes and then come back?
We can go right now.
I will not let you through this portal.
What do you think? It's a
Seal
door.
it.
You
Seal
lock
it.
it.
I'm in the process of sealing it right now, once and for all. I will not just let anyone wander through.
What if I'm okay with being stuck on the other side?
I don't care. I will not allow anyone to go through this portal.
I
Are
understand-
you all
I
hard of
understand those
hearing or
doors
just slow of
I
mind?
want
This
someone to come in. I
portal,
just don't understand why you want someone to come in. Like, I mean, obviously you want someone to come in. I get that part.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like the other way travel.
it's in the process of sealing. I'd have to start all the way over from the beginning again.
How
It's-
long does that take?
Oh God, we've been at it for nearly a week now.
You like halfway through?
Nearly there.
Nearly halfway. So you're gonna be stuck here in this tavern for 1 more week.
Perhaps. If
If we
I
go and
was,
kill the things, will you let us through? If we save the city.
if you could save this city, then yes, I suppose that's a worthy enough action for me to take notice. I'll let you do what you want, and then perhaps I'll seal the portal behind you. understand what's going to happen to them. They understand their fate, so they want an easy way out. The priests of Kunla provide that easy escape from madness and from murder. So they slit their throats, leave them in the pond, as far as I can tell. Fish them out later, and they call it a holy rite. They call it
Yeah.
compassion.
Every death.
I disagree.
Every death that is performed
Yeah.
before Kunla increases his power.
Yeah. This kind of feels like what the Oni was doing with those bodies.
Yes.
It's exactly the same. This Oni that also kind of has my number. I know, I'm just like, it's such bad luck, man. Like, he ate a part of my liver, all kinds of weird shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think he knows.
I did, yeah, that was
Very dark.
interesting.
Anyway,
I
so
like that
what
art.
he was doing was, he poisoned water sources, and then the people that drank the water fell into like a coma, and then he piled them all onto a
Pretended to be a corpse
Cart.
gather.
and then fed them to someone.
So I have 1, 2, 3 questions. Question the first. If something other than the priest kills those guys, does Kunla get power?
Yes, needs to be done.
I think it has to be done in his name, yeah.
They invoke their
Yeah.
foreign
go
god's
on
name
Nagas with
before
Kunla,
they
then, yeah.
before
Yeah,
they kill
yeah,
them.
if I
If
don't-
you don't, yeah. If you don't, then you
Even
kill
if it's, question 2, even if it's at the blood pool?
I think so. I don't think we know where it is.
I
Do it
feel,
before
I
Kunla.
have
Probably
feeling
more
they've
powerful.
likely consecrated the blood pool to his name now.
So we shouldn't name the blood pool.
Or
We should not get
unless
into
any
that.
of you were able to desecrate it.
Question the third. Orville. Sunkissed. When you...
Just Orville's fine.
Yes, sir, Mr. Sunkissed. Now, when you got here, before you found the Lich and devoted your entire life to this portal thingy, what were you able to do for the thing?
Nothing. We were attacked the entire way marching through here.
So you haven't tried to cure anyone or heal any
We've
disease or poison?
upstairs. You'll find some bodies. We tried to help some of the plague victims, but everything we tried to allay diseases, and sicknesses, just didn't work.
I'm gonna go look at this mouse.
Fine, they're
I
upstairs.
will go with you.
Please?
I'll go with her.
Don't touch anything.
And,
And I'll go with as well. Can't leave you just wandering around
It's
here.
cool. Do you want to go make a medicine check?
Actually, I wanted to detect poison and disease.
Okay.
Ritually. It's gonna take 10 minutes.
So do that.
I ask
Yes, of course. You do look like you've been in a bit of a brawl lately. No plague victims, I assume?
No, I was busy doing a ritual for plague victims with Calvor, and they got attacked by some assassins.
Keyloon, you know. A little bit of professional rivalry, perhaps. You know, I follow Lathander the Sun God, but in this strange place, I suppose anything familiar is good enough.
At some point on the journey.
Not Lathander.
Cool.
Anyway, he heals you. It's a high-level paladin, so he'll throw 40 HP your way. willingly. Let me touch your face. You're better.
Nice. Okay. What
So the way this works is it's actually cast on myself, and it goes a 30-foot radius out from where I am. It's at poison and disease. So it gives you the presence and locations of poisonous creatures and diseases. You can identify the poisonous creature or diseases in each case. Yeah, within 30 feet.
Now give me a medicine check as well.
Cool.
I will assist you with that.
That's 22. That's 23.
Alright, so after intensely studying this black ichor that even when they're dead it's something new. Or, conversely, something very old.
Does
Which is a big breakthrough. They've been treating it as if it was disease.
cool. Hey, Orville, you were. I mean, you probably did a great job, but like, you know the poison, right?
What? No, I thought that
I
this
mean,
was
come on.
a plague.
They have black blood. Like, come on, the poison.
There have been diseases that have
You
similar
don't believe me?
effects to
Check
this.
yourself.
Dare not touch it.
Yeah, we do.
Taste it.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Definitely poison.
But he believes you, though, is the thing. So, this is some sort of mass poisoning, then, of the city?
Where are the water sources to this area?
Yeah.
Well, this is an old part, older than Waterdeep itself, so most things are. There's catacombs and caves deep underground where they draw their water.
In knowing the kind of poison with my spell, which is still ongoing, by the way, as I know, would I know, like, method? Would I know if it's like airborne or waterborne?
Physically, I guess, these guys are dripping everywhere. When they attack, they bleed all over people. Yeah, even just contacting with the skin could
I
be
don't
enough.
think it'd be water. I mean, I think this is pretty much a.
Don't have sex with
Yeah,
But if you
it's
ingest it, yeah, you'll
it's
get
like an
poisoned.
STD.
Where's the
Plus
problem?
plus.
Need to find the patient zero.
The reason why I'm interested in water sources, the last time we had any dealings with Kunla, it was with the
Where's the
Aboleth.
water?
Aboleth.
Yes.
Well, there's not really any good place to hide an aboleth
Why did we?
deep underground.
Why was that with
Oh, I'm not in. Wait, are you in the room with us?
Yes. No, well, did he follow you?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
follow
took
it.
us up.
Okay, I guess.
Temple of Saluda.
You're welcome to come upstairs, but
Well, I guess I'm upstairs.
Right.
Bro.
Yes, it was with the Aboleth, yes, the Templars, and Aki gave those daggers to the Aboleth as tribute.
what is it?
It's
I didn't know
Ancient
anything to do with
a
Kunla.
powerful being, sort
Government
of.
daggers.
The daggers
Imagine
that
a
Kunla
bulbous
It's not going to do anything.
squid, but far more intelligent than
It's
an
not going to get
When
the
I-
connection. man.
When I was
Never encountered one in person.
when I was detecting when I was doing my detect evil and good spell, the nature of this felt aberrant, and an aberrant is definitely an aberration.
So it's an aberrant poison
Yes.
that is contracted via bodily fluids,
And if it is a water
and
source,
there's a blood pool.
I want to know if the aboleth would leave traces of its presence. There would be some form of viscous slime somewhere, and that would be by a water source.
Is that the only aberrant thing?
There are many aberrant things, but this is the only one we know that
I
is
understand
connected to
aliens
Kunla.
from different planes, like mind flayers.
Other ones.
Out of character, that makes a lot of sense. In character. Not
You remember
Aberration.
you remember what
actually.
you remember what it looked like. Can you show her? So now you know what aberrant looks like. A giant, slightly squiddy thing. Couple eyes,
like, I
enormous.
mean, it's kind
And
of
it
small.
enslaves people.
Oh no, it's a lot bigger.
It enslaves you mentally as well.
This school should be 3 times the size.
This is
This
a
is school right
picture.
here. Is that Cambodia in the background? Is that the scale?
It does look like
It's
it,
not really-
actually.
What? Like, how big are they?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Okay,
Like,
Um,
It change size and shit.
It depends, yeah, but there
They're not
are.
humanoid.
No, I'm just checking out that.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
Blood pool's a good place to go.
Yeah, sure.
do we? I mean, yeah, sure. It's probably got a lot of stuff, but it's also got a lot of people here. And a lot of people who would be very happy to kill us, kind of people. Here,
We could be
though,
sneaky.
there are no people who are trying to kill us, which is a plus.
No, you all seem like a good enough lot, I suppose.
Yeah,
We
but
can't
how?
stop the plague.
We can't stop the plague from here.
That's true, but one of us recently died. We've been burning a lot of spells, and I don't know what time of day it is.
Pretty early. I'd say maybe including the traveling time, avoiding the probably be a couple hours in there. So
maybe a short rest.
maybe your midday.
Pushing towards lunch.
Yeah, sure.
We could break for lunch for a bit
Oh,
in
you know what?
relative safety.
We could take a short rest.
Before we do that, I could go and have a look at the blood pool and get a sort of lay of the land as a bird, and then come back and write down a little map for us. And then we could, while you guys rest, and then I'll rest, and then we can do what?
That sounds good.
So you want to go look like a bird at this pool somewhere in the city. Come back. Hopefully. No
Oh,
rest.
fine.
And then, yeah, but you won't. Okay, so
Did we make any potions of invisibility?
I have a question.
I'm just saying that like the last time one of us decided to chill out in the city, it was
Well, I'm not gonna be on the ground where things can touch me.
yeah, but were something to happen, like some shadowy monks that can like teleport and shit, what would you do? Like how would you get a hold of us? How do we know to even go look for you?
Well, what I would do is I would get the fuck away from them. I wouldn't.
It's really optimistic.
Well, I have lots of different things that I can change into.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm just, if one of those things didn't go so well, and then you were stuck all by yourself, surrounded by blood in a pool, like, it sounds like a suboptimal way to go.
I know, but do we really want to roll up to the blood pool with no fucking idea of what the place looks like?
I said to the Hidekis that I would come and see them and bring their son there. I can go there as an escort.
Yeah, but then
Scope
once
it
again,
out.
it's the same problem. Now you're actually going on foot into a place.
Yes, but they will just assume that I'm somebody bringing
Why not all of us?
someone as an escort. And you can scout from above.
I suppose we could all go together. That's fine. I just feel like it'd be better if we are prepared.
I like that idea.
No,
I do
it's-
think you being invisible and flying around is great.
See, the thing about invisibility is, I'm pretty sure if I take the potion and then wild shape, I'll lose the invisibility
Well, I can pour it down your throat.
afterwards. I suppose that's true. Because I have got a potion of invisibility, so I can turn into a bird. He can pour it down my throat. I can fly, scope out the area, and come back. Draw back.
But you don't have any ways to like communicate.
Not from there, no, but as soon as I get back. I mean,
I trust you to choose
She's
what is
more
best.
resilient than she looks.
I agree.
I know you were a giant snake. I remember it was amazing. It was awesome. But if I can't touch you, I can't save you from dying. And if you are way over there, then I
She'll
can.
be back. She's gonna fly 100 feet up.
I also have like almost all my spell slots. Yeah, I've only used 2.
I have also prepared you, but
Characters know their spell slots.
You know what I mean?
I know. I'm just wondering if
It's like
that's.
It should be like your
Still
stamina,
feeling
right?
strong.
I'm still feeling strong and I'm not tapped out. I appreciate the worry and it's lovely that somebody is worried. But I really don't want us to roll up to this blood pool place with no idea of the lay of the land. I feel like it's a
Would-
really bad plan.
would it be possible? I'd have to have this at a seen it before. I'm just saying, I mean, I do have a spell of awareness that sets up a little sensor. You can see it. But I would have to have seen it. Something we can use later. No, if you're confident in your ability, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Try
trying
and
to do.
scream
Alright.
very loudly.
Hand me the potion.
Okay, so there's my invisibility
Turn
potion.
into an animal of some sort.
I'm going to be turning into
Pigeon.
Messenger pigeon.
A dire pigeon.
Let me turn it.
Firefly.
A dire fly twice as big as a normal fly.
Just call it horse fly.
Yes. It's a thing already.
Okay, so I want to be super quiet. I want to not die in one shot. And yeah, I'm going to turn into a
per level.
Need to short rest.
We'll get your spell.
I get my
shit
Do I get any spells back? Let me see.
No, that's only warlocks.
And
And no,
half your level. Oh no, that's only the spellcaster one.
Just give me the dungeon master scrap.
I get
I
I get my shifts back.
The non-moon druid.
yeah, I think they get
Half their
some of them
levels,
back,
half
but
their level.
most casters it's on a long rest. They get their spell slots back.
So while she's doing this or whatever, Jasper's gonna go inside and actually he is going to set up just a little area where he can pray, and he's going to start praying to Mr. again.
There's
Very,
a decent amount of
opportunity.
there's a decent amount of free space for that, so that's fine. Although maybe the Lathander priests are a little irked by it, but they're too busy to say anything.
So, I am invisible for 1 hour.
Okay.
I fly towards where I was told
Blood pool is.
that pool is.
Right, so along the way, you can see kind of it's a jarring sight because within Keyloon City, there's fire, everyone's kind of locked away. Outside of the city, life is going on very normally and happily in Waterdeep. You come across the market that you see quickly begins shutting down as a pack of plague victims makes their way towards it. Do you want to try to stop them or continue on? Just let,
I'm going to
yeah, to the blood pool. So,
blood pool.
you finally made,
Maintaining a height of 80 feet
okay,
at the moment.
so gliding silently along, no one pays any attention to you, no one can see invisible things really. And you finally make your way to the park. It looks like most of the trees have, died for the winter or whatever. Trees don't really hibernate, do they? I mean, that's not the right term for it. Trees in the winter, they're not hibernating, they're not dead.
Well, they're in slow mode, right? But is hibernating the word for it? Same thing, but
Oh.
maybe there's another word for it.
Either way, they
Dormant.
dormant. Yeah, so the trees have gone dormant for the early winter.
Vocabulary session.
Yeah, on the ground you can still see the pink cherry blossoms crushed into bits of snow and water and mud. And there's a long procession of people leading up to an altar, a stone altar that was thrown up in front of the pond.
Sad music for Naruto, just something.
Right?
And at this altar you can see there are a few robed people with long blades that are slitting people with early stages of the plague, slitting their throats and letting the blood drain into the pond. The bodies are then carried away.
Blood or still normal?
Mixed, I guess, because they're in the early stages. There's the ichor draining out of them, but also their own normal blood. These are people that just got sick mostly. And some of them are tied up, ravenously mad already with disease, that are being held down by the priests and brought to the pond and killed. Men, women, children, all of them are just in an orderly line, As they slay them, they say, "I dedicate this death to Kudla, shepherd of souls. May they find peace in the next cycle." Drain, bodies taken away.
Yeah.
How big is the pond?
Yeah, how big is the pond? How big is the area around the pond?
Let's say about 80 by 60 feet roughly, kind of an oblong shaped pond. Would be rather nice if it wasn't full of gore and blood. But one thing that does catch your eye is that they seem to be dumping the bodies down a deep shaft.
Okay, I was about to ask where the body's going.
Yes, they drag them sort of off behind the tree line where it looks like there is a deep, deep old stone well that they're just chucking the bodies down in.
Okay. As I'm sort of circling the area, can I get a sort of a bead on how many sort of priests there are, and do they have any sort of weapons?
Let's see. They're all wearing heavy robes, so it could be a little hard to see. There's obviously the ones with ceremonial blades doing the cutting. There's 2 of them. Beyond that, there are helpers kind of keeping the line orderly, holding down the most diseased people. That would number maybe about 15 other helpers.
Is there a bad smell of rotting corpses?
Not really, no. Oddly enough.
Okay, so there's no bad smell. Are they talking about anything else? The people.
Let's see. You mean the people in the line or the priests?
The priests. Like, is there any sort of water cooler talk going on?
Let's see.
Because I can understand common.
I would say, going down the line, there's one man. What are those things that hold the incense? The censer, yeah. Yeah, shaking a censer on the crowd, he says, "The old gods are dead and dying, and it's the new gods that will usher in a new cycle, a new era of peace and tranquility. Kun-La is the shepherd of souls now. Your old gods were merely demons. Kun-La lies within all of our hearts, and he will get us through this terrible plague. Each death brings us closer to Kun-La." Just religious mumbo-jumbo, basically.
Yeah, okay, so he's like the,
But no one's like, "Oh man, that Aboleth down in the catacombs sure is getting restless." Nothing like that, sadly.
And you said that hole is in almost like a forested area?
Yeah, where there's a bit more trees. It's a bit away. You can't really see it from the altar, basically. They're kind of dragging the bodies and just dumping them quickly so people don't get upset.
How tight are these trees?
Maybe 5 or so feet apart, maybe there's another tree. So there's pretty good cover above just with branches. It'd be very pretty if there were cherry blossoms still on it, but it's winter. And I guess any other thing of note would be they're also decrying the Void Walkers, saying the Void Walkers would lead you astray and have you worship false idols.
Okay.
Don't go to the prison, for there is only an end there, only a void, no rebirth in Kun-La's grace, just a hard death, a cold, empty death awaiting you there, where your soul will be gnashed and eaten by Nagas and consumed.
Okay.
Proselytizing,
Sweet. This would have taken how much time?
You're an owl, you're pretty darn fast, you're a giant owl, so not very long. Maybe after 20 or 30 more minutes, you're able to kind of get like, okay, I think I got this scene down.
Okay, cool.
Is there anywhere else you want to investigate?
Um,
Or just think, you know what, I'm just going to go back to small town, fuck all this.
I could just fly away and forget about it all. But I'm not gonna.
I'm going to go steal that castle first, and then
Fly
there's...
off into the sunset. Oh, go pick up my brother first.
Yeah. Then we have a bitchin'-ass castle to...
Right out
Do it.
Right out the,
What a twist.
the twist.
Marlon would be so upset. Be like I told him.
But is there anywhere else, I guess, in the Keyloon walled city you want to investigate? There's not a lot of places of note, really. There's that and the prison.
Prison.
I think, I would like to go check out the prison.
Okay.
I do want to sort of try and stay as close to the rooftops as possible, and just go as fast as possible to like get to the prison.
Okay.
And I want to have a look at like the sort of area coming into the gates. What would I find there? What sort of entry points? Is there only one alley leading up to it, or there multiple alleys leading up to it? Also, I completely forgot to ask that about the blood pool.
Oh, well, I mean, I could assume that you kind of get the routes down. There's many different entrances, but they all lead to one main gate in front of the prison. It's sort of an inner gate built along the outside walls. The prison itself is a massive stone square edifice. There are guards patrolling the gates, maybe about 8 of them walking the length of it. And at the roof of the prison, you see a woman with huge, almost anime-style golden eyes. Let me just actually prepared.
I fly
For all my students. They
like
want to see my cute little students. You can see
70.
that.
I fly 71 feet from her. Oh wow.
Is she pretty?
Eh.
Terrarium.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah. That one actually has the top of her.
Oh yeah.
So that's a better picture, I guess.
Interesting.
Now, the thing is though, this woman seems to look right directly at you, and you're going to make a Constitution saving throw. Please.
For an owl?
For an owl, yes. It's a big owl, though. I might have okay Constitution.
14.
Okay, so suddenly darkness sort of ekes in like a poison or fluid in your eyes,
Yeah.
going from out inward until there's only blackness.
Okay.
And you can no longer see the prison, and you're flying blind.
Okay.
You can see invisible stuff.
Is it poison though?
No, it's blindness. I
Oh,
just,
it's blindness.
It's,
Okay.
just, it's slowly like, you know.
Alright, alright.
Do you have the ability to see invisibility to know that what you're saying should be invisible? Always wondered.
I would kind of guess that, yeah, you know.
You just see everything as it is. You see.
Even if not, a giant owl would be an odd sight. I
The
guess.
thing is, if it was just like a normal animal, wouldn't have aroused suspicion because it was visible.
Does she know it's invisible?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Because she
Like,
sees
is it like one of those
everything.
magic eyes where you just see it or you don't?
That's cool. I would guess you could maybe see like, oh, someone's trying to be invisible. Maybe there's like a little hue around it, or
Because like
they're
I have one spell
shimmering.
that says if you have somebody who sees invisibility, this is what they see. And it's like an orb.
I fly up.
Straight up, yeah.
I fly up as far as I can, and I unwall shape.
Okay.
As I'm falling, I cast a spell magic on myself, and then I wall shape again into a giant owl. Then I fly the fuck away from there.
That's not a bad idea.
I just hope the spell magic does it.
It's a minor spell.
Blindness is at 3.
Okay, casting time's only one action, so
Yeah.
I was gonna make sure it wasn't something that
No,
took
I
like
don't.
a minute. Alright, so
Yeah, I fly up as far as I can, turn into a halfling. I don't scream because I'm cool with heights, it's not a problem.
yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I just, as I'm falling, I cast a spell magic on myself.
Alright, so your vision returns to
Yeah.
you in time before you splat on the ground.
And then- And then I bonus action, wall action, wall check into a giant owl, fly the fuck away
Yeah.
as fast as possible. And then I go back.
Fair
to
enough.
everything else.
I have to say, it is already 2. This would be a really short episode. Do you guys want to go for just a little bit longer? Maybe 2:10, 2:20-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fly back, land, open the door, and I say,
How'd it go?
you were right, but I was okay. I need a rest.
It is rare to have those words said to me.
So then I tell them while we're resting, while I'm resting, what I saw, what happened. I described the woman, described the
Does she
black
look
woman. She looks kind of like Aki.
Dun dun think. Yeah. This was like, oh, that'll work for this character.
Yeah, so and then I make special mention of the place where they're dropping the bodies around the blood pool and the fact that there was no smell of rotting bodies. So I think bodies are being fed to something down that shaft.
Maybe it's been fed to the fucking apple or something.
Possible.
So
would
did you
any
tell us?
of us know if there was something underground here? Like catacombs or like...
Did say it was lots of
Orville mentioned that, I think, to you guys.
Did you tell us about what they were saying? What you heard the priests saying?
Yes.
Like they're
What were they
serving?
saying?
They said, well, when they were cutting people's throats, they were like, I dedicate this body to Kunla and the restoration of Kunla and blah blah blah. And they were also saying that we needed more to make the way that I feel him stronger. Okay, I went to check out the prison. There were some guards patrolling, but this woman, what's her name, Ichtha? Something? Ichthus. She was sort of on the ramparts and she saw me pretty quickly, even though I tried to keep my distance.
You know, blood sacrifice is probably the fastest way for a god to gain power. It's the
Yeah.
strongest of magics.
Did the people in the line seem willing?
They seemed like they didn't want to suffer through the end stages of the disease or of the poison.
But you don't think that they were like
I'm
charmed?
No, they didn't seem charmed.
very not okay with this.
With which part? Like, I mean, there's a lot going on.
None of us.
I'm very not okay with the fact that these people are being lied to and saying that they're being shepherded. Very not okay with that.
Our cult is very, very, very angry.
Well, yes, and
I imagine you would be. They're perverting death, basically, to feed some ancient demon.
they're also they're perverting the idea of guidance.
Yeah. I think that what we should do is we shouldn't really worry too much about the people at the prison. I don't think that they're part of.
I think we should, but that should be a secondary concern.
Yeah. I don't think they're really a part of the whole plague thing or anything. We need to stop the Kunla people, and I don't want to go after an Aboleth, but what I'd like to do is at least cut off its food source. You know, we would all be fucking killed if we went after an Aboleth, because you know what they do? They just make you slaves.
They enslave you.
They enslave you.
slave armies.
Yeah.
Would much rather not.
So we don't. Yeah.
Said we did.
Exactly. We don't want to go after the Aboleth, but what we want to do is, if, you know, at the very least we want to kill these priests, stop them from infecting people, stop them from sacrificing people to the Aboleth, and maybe, shove some rocks down the fucking shaft or something.
I think
We just
that's a good plan.
Right, just accepting it as an Aboleth now. Like,
Well,
there's no reason they should
we don't-
be
Okay.
Aboleth.
Something's
we don't
being
know.
fed.
Okay. Just like there's no reason, just because there was one down in the Temple Saloon that we gave Kunla's daggers to, it's totally random. So there's nothing to do with anything. Surely.
What did you do?
An aberrant poison.
Gave Kunla's daggers to an Aboleth.
So you're responsible for this?
No, it has nothing to do with it. That's what I'm busy saying.
That's what he'd like to believe.
I didn't do it. Our ex-partner did.
You know,
The guys look like a snake.
Perhaps I'll have to add your ex-partner to my list.
He's on
Evil
many
things
lists.
to slay.
He's on many lists.
I'm sure.
Take your...
It's also not allowed near elementary schools.
How are we going to do this attack?
I think one of the things that would be beneficial and helpful is if we can help these people somehow to understand what they're giving by bringing their poisoned children and fathers and brothers and mothers and wives.
I don't think that's going to work.
Here's what I think.
Yeah.
We know where there's one big victim that's I think that no matter what we do, you kill the priest, they're going to still sacrifice themselves. The people themselves are.
People
Yes.
they're not sacrificing themselves. The priests. are
Yeah, I
killing
know,
them.
but I'm
If there's
saying
no
they
priest,
have no
nobody to kill
hope.
them.
They
They
will
will
kill, they will
afterwards.
slit their own throats.
They
They will
will-
ask each
Yeah,
other.
even
No
if
hope
they
until
slit
they're
their
dead.
throats, they won't be throwing their bodies
No
down
hope
the
until
to feed
the
the
thing's
animals.
gone.
They will. They will, unless there's some alternative.
I agree with you. I think that
They're
a
desperate.
belief has started, and the hardest thing to kill is a belief. They've built a belief
Exactly.
in
So
a new
let's-
death god.
Exactly. So let's go kill him.
Kill the death god.
Kill everything associated with the death god there, so they don't even listen or talk or know anything about the death god anymore.
Okay, like,
The priests, the guys standing there, they are human. They're
sure,
they're
okay.
Even away.
Kill them
But-
all. Yeah. And there should be like a cult leader in a building nearby there as well that leads to common sense that we kill him.
If you killed
Eradicate this
every
guy.
single member of the cult, the people would still do it.
Well,
Because
Kill themselves.
you haven't given them any other choice.
yes, but then we'd stop the poisoning.
No, but you wouldn't, because
We
where
have
do you
to.
kill yourself? You go where there's people to help you do it so you don't fuck up. Oh, we've always gone to the blood pool.
And
There's
you go
a
there.
nice little pit to put the body in so we don't have to figure
And
out
we
where to put it.
stand there and then you cure them as they come. It's not go run around curing people and let the
Well,
evil
no.
just carry on.
We
Why?
don't-
So
I don't
first
understand.
we have to find a cure.
We
First you have
don't
to
know if we
stop,
can.
not to find the cure. First you have to prevent the bad from happening. Then fix the bad. Don't fix the bad and have the bad carry on. You will never end. See what I mean? Don't find a cure for AIDS. Find the prevention for AIDS.
You
Yeah.
need- well,
That
it's
makes sense?
not a good metaphor.
And
No.
then
Yes,
spread it,
totally.
and then look
Stop
for a
the
cure.
stuff that's spreading it and then look for a cure.
The stuff that's spreading it is the people who are infected. So unless you're going to kill every
Oh.
single person in the city,
Well, you need to
have
find
to give
patient
everything.
zero, the place where it's coming from, and stop that from happening.
Perhaps this will illuminate some things, but or will add some. The plague started before the priests showed up, actually. They arrived very shortly after. I don't think it was a coincidence, but there were people succumbing to this sickness before this
You were here?
coronavirus.
How long?
Where was the first
Days,
report?
perhaps.
Where was the first report?
It would be perhaps 2 months ago.
Where?
Where?
The first hospital that showed up in our
In this city.
whereabouts? I mean, find it on that.
Well, it was, gosh, I think it started in the Yatori neighborhood, which is adjacent to the park. People were getting sick there first, and a couple healers went in. They couldn't treat it, we thought. This will just wear itself out, perhaps, but it kept spreading and spreading. So they closed off the city very quickly soon after, the neighborhood, I suppose. And then the priest showed up very soon after the quarantine, which is also mysterious. How did they get in? I think from below.
Okay, so you want to go cure this?
no, I don't. I want to find out if we can cure it. Because if we can, then we have a way to convince people that there's an alternative. We need, you're absolutely right. I mean, you can't just keep curing a disease that keeps popping up. But we don't even know if we can cure the disease. If we can, then we have... Yeah, well, but if we can cure the disease, then once we do the other thing, we can stop people from continuing the self-sacrifice.
Well, my military brain is thinking, like, I don't even care about this, but you are upset because it's perverting your sense of biblical justice or whatever, and
What's
you,
the
are you like the guidance thing, like, your God?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's provoking death.
Truthfulness of your God. is what the Bible means.
I'm not a particularly good thinker,
Mm.
but when I get a chance to sit ponder a while, I mean,
I think
just,
finding a cure is something we can do afterwards. I think it's a waste of time now. Something we keep on thinking about as we go along, but the prime focus should be stopping the evil.
Yes.
Stopping the evil.
well, how, where? I mean, that's a lot.
We found now where
My
almost
plan is
patient
just like
zero
one
could have
place.
been.
Is-
You can stay behind and do that. We can split up. I mean,
No, I don't want to.
it's just like we're on a time constraint to finding a cure.
I'm going.
Months or years.
They need to die.
Well, just, if we're convinced that they need to die,
wait for us because otherwise you're gonna get your ass.
I'm just telling you my intentions. I cannot let this profession of death continue.
So what's
That
what you're saying is that
Okay.
I don't think people
you
are
need some
mind.
vengeance. Is what you're saying.
They might be mindlessly killing themselves.
Okay, we even hear that.
well, the cult is the
Those
above
priests.
ground.
Can-
The above
Priests
ground
first,
version.
Yeah.
Can we please at least plan first before we go in?
Yes.
Because.
I've been
Spend
convinced
7
Huh?
days
I've
in
been
the public
convinced.
dimension.
Okay.
that we're gonna go kill priests.
Okay. If we could kill a priest with as a little, you know, sort
I
of.
think there's other stuff we need to do before that. We need to scout all the surrounding buildings, find something that looks temple-ish, where their boss might be, lead cultist or fucking priest or the new
It'll be near
Kunal
the
or whatever.
core, won't it?
Yeah, it might be in that part where patient zero could be.
In the neighborhood at least.
Yeah, in that neighborhood.
What does your divine sense do?
The first person in
I
contract
can
with disease, so it'll be where the
What
pool
kind?
is, where the stuff
Operation,
happens, and where the scientists get to do more. You know, like
Sure,
the
but
first
why?
place.
Within 60
Why does
feet.
it matter?
So that's where it
many
keeps on
already
coming
there.
from. That's where it keeps on coming from.
Is it
The people are spreading it between each other, but I think there's still a thing that we need to stop.
Oh.
Because now everybody's like sort of hiding in their houses, but still people are still being affected, right?
They are.
So if it's being spread by bodily fluids, but you're not leaving your house, how the fuck are you getting sick? You know, that to me.
People have to leave their house eventually, yeah.
Well, my question
So that's
is, why are
just-
people in
you
Keyloon
Also,
getting sick,
we're
but
using
not
the
the
wrong
rest of
word.
Waterdeep?
We're using the wrong word. We need an anti.
By the way, if we get to
Yeah.
that
Change
blood
this.
pool,
That's true.
I can
Yes, you
find
do need
out
an antidote.
if it's been consecrated or desecrated.
Not a religious
Yes.
medicine check. Stuff like that.
Divine
We need
sense.
I can
By divine
divinely unpoison or protect from poison. But that's, I mean, I can't do that for everybody.
Yeah, you
Can't do
might,
that
that
all.
might not actually even work because aberrant poison. It's not of this earth.
Okay,
God.
so we want to scout the place.
Yeah.
But you scouted pretty well.
I've scouted it pretty well.
Rooftops. Anything that looked like a temple? But a
Uh,
lot of priests are coming in and out of.
Nothing like that, exactly. The buildings are pretty nondescript.
At the time, the priests were busy performing, you know, sort of getting people to the pool, sitting in the thrones. I think at some point they are going to have to like sort of sit down and have.
Change
Go
out.
somewhere.
Yeah. So we could maybe all go closer.
We could, you guys might like this, but we could use the kid as a bluff to get in. The height is.
His child.
We take him in to get sacrificed.
Is that
Take
something
out those
I
two
can
priests
get?
right there.
What
So how
about
many were there?
those-
There were 2 priests.
2 priests and
There were
15
helpers.
others.
15.
I'm crowd
Not
control,
everything is on
basically.
D&D Beyond.
Also, who did?
No, I mean, it's not on my current list, but that doesn't mean.
Did they
it
run
doesn't
like
exist.
run kind?
It was a little different. They were wearing dark robes with a sword and a dagger, yeah. Kind of, I think twin daggers, but I think the Blades of Kunal was a long sword and a dagger, so that's what it is. It's a long sword and a dagger.
Okay.
I messed up earlier when I mentioned it was 2 daggers instead of...
Okay. That was getting cut on people's chests.
Mm-hmm.
Was it sword and a dagger?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a cleric, you sure?
So.
It's
So
not on here.
I have, if you can get us to, I think we need to get back to the wall first. I can send a message to the guys on the wall to bring the captain of the Griffin Knights in. I would like to relay this information about the murders and these cultists that are here, if they have the same symbol.
I think that we need to wait until
Yeah,
after.
we should just finish this and do that. We'll tell the Strahd afterwards that these
Yeah, I looked in the
people
appendix.
are killing them.
See it, I looked in
Then we've got to prove that. Just say we've killed the people doing these murders as well. Yes.
But it might be helpful to get more.
Nobody's going to come in there.
Yeah.
You can listen to what everybody's saying. Nobody's going to come help us. Yeah. I'm going to open the gates and send the cavalry in just because there's a couple of murders.
It's fine.
There's millions of murders in here.
I'm in the alphabet.
They might have been anyway.
Go to
Healing
the
is hoping this place will burn itself down.
Yeah.
That's the big okay. figure out where this place
Oh,
comes from.
I can do that 4 times a day.
Who's gonna go down that hole?
Seven.
I want to look around for a head priest. Talk to him.
So we go to the pool and
Scout around.
scout around.
Outside of the building. Outside. I think it's pretty sneaky.
I can do that with you for a while, but Nakul, I don't think you should come along with that mission. I don't think you're gonna be able to stop yourself.
I'm going to look for a head of some sort. Somebody in charge first before we just go in killing willy-nilly.
You also look like the head priest. Or head cultist, whatever.
You, one of you, can detect good and evil.
I can.
Are they evil?
It's not really
Do you
that
need
kind
that?
of thing. It's it doesn't detect like people. It detects like a source
Would
of
it
evil, a
detect
source
us
of good.
aberration?
Yeah, it would be.
I mean, if it's evil, or whatever. Maybe.
It would. I guess yes.
Do that.
I'm just saying it might give you a place to start.
But it detects an evidence down the long
Well,
pit.
I don't know. It's not that far.
I don't know,
It's
5
like
miles is
60
your...
feet or something.
What's your
The shapeshifter.
ranger thing?
Giants and
Shapeshifters.
Is
shapeshifters.
that a shape?
It's an aberration, technically.
He needs human shapeshifters.
So it's only
Like
within
other
it's only
werewolves.
within 30 feet of me, and if something's been magically consecrated, it will work this way.
So you can tell if the pool is magically desecrated.
Or consecrated, yes. So
If it's to an evil god, is it desecration or
the
consecration?
consecration. Desecration is when something is it's like holy is still holy, whether it's evil holy or good holy, it's still holy.
Because I can see that
How would
made
we
holy or
desecrate
made
something?
unholy.
That means turning it towards something opposed to God.
So do you mean like life as opposed to death, or do you mean like
I
different
mean,
god of
as
death?
in like devils and demons would make something unholy, but an evil god would still make something holy.
Sure.
An evil holy, right?
I mean, yeah, but sure. Like, how do you desecrate something that's evil holy? That's what I'm asking. 'Cause it seems like the blood pool is a problem.
I think
I'm
it's
not really following, but that seems the consensus.
Yes.
And like, it's making the evil guy stronger.
Stronger, yeah.
Yes.
Is that a top level problem?
I think it is a problem. Yes.
Like,
This is our way to get into
That's the
the
reason
to
why
the
I want to go over there, kill the priests, and shove something down that hole to stop.
Alright.
do you think it's the hole or the blood pool?
I think it's a combination of both. So, for example, we could go there, kill the priests, clear out the pool, and shove some rocks down the hole. I have something to clear out the pool.
Yeah, but we'd have to stand guard for the rest of the time.
No, not necessarily.
All anyone has to do is say, this is for Kulman, and kill themselves, right?
Yeah.
That's all anyone has to do?
We need to find his essence first. If it's still bound to the daggers,
No, you can't just say it must be
I
like
thought
a priest.
No, I thought we discussed this earlier about how,
Yeah,
like,
I'm thinking of changing it. I can't just go, oh, it's for Kunla. I think it must be the priest, I think. Like, if people kill themselves at home.
He has to change it.
Oh, no, this is what I said to her, not what he said.
Oh,
Yeah. I think it's, I just think anybody can kill themselves at home, and that power doesn't directly go to Kunla. These people that are poisoned.
if they say it in his name, if
Yeah,
they say
it's
it in his name, then yes.
But that kid at home who decided to kill himself wouldn't be going, oh, this is
No.
Kunla. He doesn't know anything about Kunla now.
well, I mean, his parents
The
know enough to
priest.
take him to the blood altar.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they know the name based on that the priest keeps saying.
Yeah, maybe if they killed him at home and went, this is for Kunla, because this is what I saw the priest doing, then fair enough. Maybe.
Yes.
Because I remember the day that it wasn't anything that Aki killed, it had to be with those daggers, with those blades. Then thingy would get his
So
We never-
would
we
stealing
never
the
got
blades
the,
be
actual instructions.
better than killing the priest or stealing the wild killing the priest?
If we can, if his essence is still bound to those blades, which I would imagine they keep asking for more and more power, I want to see it probably is, which is why the stuff's not spread to the rest of the city.
Can I
Were those the same ones?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
would
they
I
changed.
recognize them? I
They
know they
changed.
change, but don't their hilts sort of look?
Design.
The red
Um,
rubies.
Wouldn't their hilts look the same?
That's an
If
interesting
they're, then that's
question.
definitely a fucking 100% under us. If that's the same weapons.
Yeah.
It's definitely a fucking
They bore some striking resemblances to those blades.
Take the
Either,
blades.
either made an imitation of them,
Yes.
or they are them. It's hard to
Train
tell.
full.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm happy with that. Okay, so
Blaspheme, Kunla, desecrate the holy spot.
Look, if we can just trap him so back, really easy to pocket dimension, you can never get up. But,
Who's that?
Wait, what?
last dagger, see if his essence is still in there. Back holding. There we go, you're in a pocket dimension. Fuck you.
Pour cement into a bag of holding. Just keep pouring until.
Until it reaches its weight capacity, right?
it would break.
No. That's what I'm saying. You keep pouring until it's full.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we have
We're
a
going to go
plan
into
then.
timeless pocket dimension for 7 days. And then we come back with a plan.
Yes.
Just like the hyperbaric time chamber in Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so I think we can probably stop here then. We've got a plan is made. These priests of Kunla will be